This is the M Zone.
And welcome to the M Zone. Is this really the M Zone? Test. I ain't been on in so long. My goodness, we ain't been on in so long. This is the M Zone. And yes, we are live everywhere you can find us. Come see us because we want to talk to everybody. I know that you know we ain't on, but we on. We really on. That's us. But it's Jamie Morris. It's Derek Laughlin and the big sweet himself, the guy I love the most, Larry Lee.
Lovely day. All right.
See, looky here. And we took that Tuesday off. We took that Wednesday off. Now I know you were disappointed on that Tuesday. I know. I get it. But hey, how about yesterday?
Is this a confessional?
No, I told you to stick with your team, didn't I? Are you going to confession right now?
Larry Lee.
You did it again.
I confess to not be all in on the Tigers, and I please forgive me for not believing in our Tigers. And so I confess.
Why would you do that? Didn't we just have this talk 2 weeks ago?
You know why I did it. You know why I did it? Because they had the worst losing slide damn near in baseball history.
That was last month. That was another month ago. How you gonna put it on them now? They've been playing some ball.
Now, yeah, I'm now. I believe it. Yes, I give it to you.
Let me ask you.
But then, come on now, Jamie. Come on now. You know, during that 15 game losing skid, you knew you had a little some doubt in your mind. Come on now, Captain Positivity.
All I'm saying to you is we rolled with this team all summer long.
Yeah.
Summer loving happened so fast.
I roll with them all until September.
Right.
And then I jumped off the bandwagon.
Wait a minute. You gave them the big dumpster. You just dumped them. I mean, how are you going to dump them after summer? That summer loving goes away.
I know. So I confess on this. What's this? On this 9th day of October, 2025.
Welcome back to the kingdom. I guess. I mean, good God.
Do I still have a seat on the train?
Do you believe it though? No, you can get back on the train. Okay, but do you have faith? Do you have faith in tomorrow? Tomorrow's the day.
I do.
Because of Scuba, or do you believe in this team?
Combination of the two. Now, Scuba suffered a little bit the other day, right? He struggled a little bit.
I said this to Derek before you called in. He said, I said, we got Scuba and we got a lot of confidence. Everybody's got confidence. I bet you they partied all the way there. You know they did. But then I reminded Derek of all the teams we have to play. We're playing a team Scuba don't have the upper hand.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. But I don't know, man. There's something I'm scared because I tell you why. Because I'm scared because when I say I'm off the train, they prove me wrong.
Right.
So I don't want to get on the train and then they let so maybe I'm just for devil's advocate, I'll stay off the train.
I'm gonna just say this. It's the sixth inning. It's the sixth inning.
Yeah.
How good do they come out and play in the sixth inning? And Scuba's got to wait a minute. He's got to keep them down. He can't allow them to make the run because they will make a run. And he's got to pitch them. He's got to pitch them hard into the inside, baby. Inside. Trust me.
Okay.
Hard into the inside.
Yep.
And if Blanco comes up, just walk him. Just walk him. Don't try to pitch him. Don't try to, I'm a strong arm him. I'm going to throw something by him. No. Just let Polanco go to first base. Let him go.
Let him go.
I don't care if the bases are loaded. Let the one just walk him.
You can't give up a run. You can't give up a run.
Wait a minute. It's better than giving up a grand slam.
To help you with a run, I need more
I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
Na 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 na. Hey,
Hey, that's my line. That's my line.
I'm just telling you. You know, Polanco has done it, and he's done it in one game twice.
That's
just
true.
saying. You don't want him to come up. Screwball, there's always one batter that a great pitcher just can't pitch to. They got his game, coach. They got him.
Yeah. But I don't know about giving up a run.
I mean, I'm gonna say this: if the base is loaded, walk him.
Wow.
I think I'm on the same page too.
See?
Yeah.
See?
Okay.
Because he's probably the most dangerous for a grand slam, but I don't know. It's hard to say that with anybody.
It is hard
I know.
It's hard to deal with it in your head, but it's that male in you saying,
Right,
he puts his hands on one leg at a time. You damn right we're going to pitch to him. And then when there's 4 on the board, you say, maybe we should have won.
I guess the only way I can see the pitching to him, the school pitching to him, is if they're up a couple. If he's feeling, I don't want to say like, too much confidence, but because I don't think this Scooble's, he has the experience. He's the ace. He ain't gonna be rattled at all. I don't think.
No, he's not rattled. I didn't say he was rattled.
No, I was saying that.
Oh,
I was saying that like I guess on the spectrum of, I don't want to say cockiness, but you know what I mean. Like if they're up a couple of runs in the 5th or 6th or something like that, and he tries to throw a weird splitter or something, I could see that'd be the only way that I can see it happening if them pitching to him. But still bases loaded, walk him all day.
I hear. I don't know. I'm
might be a bold take.
Guy.
That might be a bold take. Yeah.
It's like Jamie. It's like in football, and you need the ball back. And you want to get some time on the clock when you get the ball back, so you let them score to get the ball back. That's just hard for us football guys to do.
No, you need to get the ball back so you can score again. That's what you need to do, and you got to protect the lead, and you got to protect your team. When it comes down to it, the quarterback must protect the team. Correct.
Correct.
So you may have to take a safety instead of throwing an interception or possibly fumbling the ball, right?
We saw that in the UCLA game last week.
That's what I'm saying. So you have to take the lesser of the two. So
I agree.
The lesser of the two, if Polanco comes up and he's swinging that bat and that ball is coming off crisp, you better not think long because you're gonna think wrong. You better get that. Wait a minute. What you do is now in baseball, all you got to do is say, we walking him, and they just let him walk around.
But to me, it is harder to overcome a run in baseball than it is giving up a safety or something in football. Runs are not easy to come by.
No, they ain't supposed to be easy. Ain't nothing easy.
Right. So I don't know about giving up one. That puts a lot more pressure on your team.
Wait a minute. Then let me ask you this question.
So if you lose by 1 or you lose by 5, it don't matter, right?
That's true. But let me ask you this question. You're in control if you give him that 1. If he gets that 4, you ain't in control no more.
You're in control.
He has proven that he is a hard hitter. He is tough on Screwball. Screwball is it's
so he. Do you take a chance to put another pitcher in on him?
No, they ain't gonna put no another pitcher in on him. They're gonna keep their ace. They're gonna go with the ace. No matter what, they're gonna go with the ace. You just gotta put it in his head. We love you and we believe in you, but he got your number. You got to convince him. He got your number.
Wow. Yeah.
That's a tough one. I'm saying as the manager, AJ Hinch has got to get paid. This is where you get paid at. You got to make a decision now.
Well, in the baseball world, he's known as a cerebral guy, right? He's one of AJ Finch is known as one of the very cerebral guys
Half the people don't know what he's talking about because he's so positive. I mean, when you was on that bad run in September, he was so Mr. Positive. Remember? Yeah, we're just talking about we're moving on to the next day. We're gonna move on to the next day.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go back old school. Bless you, boys. Hopefully they pull it out tomorrow.
Yeah, look, it's good. It's meant to be, and it's a closer game. You know what I'm saying? Toronto ain't far from Detroit. You know that, right?
No,
so
right.
That's a good trip. That's a good trip.
That is, I've done that by train before. It's a nice trip.
It is a nice trip. It's a nice trip. I mean, I got no worries about it. So I mean, it's good to get it. But I'm gonna just say this. Seattle's not going to give it. They're not going to give it away.
Oh, no.
They think they're the better team. They gave it away last night, they think. Okay? You didn't come take it. It ain't like you went and took it. It may look like you took something, but you didn't.
Well, with that being said, they're going to have to go take it.
Yeah. Tomorrow.
They're going to have to go take it. Yeah, they're going to have to go take it. That's why they got
the ace on. That's why the ace is throwing.
Yeah, I hear you. Let's go Tigers.
I'm going to say, you can say that, yeah. I'm going to say, let's go Scooble.
Let's go Bats. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, let's go
Bats. Yeah.
You need the bats. Whatever they ate last night, they should eat again tonight. I mean,
some of that
tomorrow
Popeye
night.
Spinach, right?
They need to do something because something woke them up. Something woke them up. What woke them up? I'm gonna tell you what woke them up. Them fans not coming in. Mm-hmm. Them fans not believing in them.
First not sold out game.
Right.
Quite some time.
Think about that. They didn't. The people didn't come. They thought it was over. It's bye-bye. We'll see y'all later. It was a good season. Thanks.
Well, you know what's going on. Where them fans at?
Exactly.
Where them fans at?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, okay.
All I'm saying is to you, you got to believe. If you're there, you got to believe. If you're not there, you got to believe.
I'm a believer. I'm Larry Lee, and I'm a believer. I hope they pull it out. I'm confessional. Confessional.
Well, we gonna see how good that confession is tomorrow. You're gonna be calling me. I'm gonna be in the plane. I'm gonna be flying out to the East Coast. Right. You're gonna call me and say, Jamie, I can't believe in this.
you going to Boston? You go?
Have you gone to
Boston?
I ain't wearing no shots. No shot. No shots tomorrow.
No shot.
It's gonna be cold as whatnot out. Dude, it's cold here. It's cold there.
It was cold last night, man. I kind of turned on the heat, man.
You turned on your heat?
I turned on the heat, bro.
Wow.
I'm an old man. My blood done thinned out, man.
Oh, my God. You ain't that old.
Man, my blood thin, man. I just, you know what's funny? I'm 66 now, right?
Right.
Back in the day, I was the sweaty brother everywhere. I was sweating in the middle.
You were the towel brother.
Sweaty in the middle of winter and everything. Larry, you sweating? Yeah. And I was one of them kids growing up with the steam was coming off the top of my head all the time and all that kind of stuff. Larry, he's sweating. And now, man, go get me a blanket, a fireplace, and everything else. But I don't know what. Blood thin, Jamie. Blood thin. Yeah,
I got you, man. Hey, there's a lot of people that turn their heat. Derek, did you and your family turn your heat on?
Not yet.
Oh, good. See, I didn't turn my heat on.
Hey, but I'm kind of on the fence about this because this morning I was kind of wishing for it. I woke up and I saw that 36 on my phone, and
I don't know where you live where it's 36. I don't know where you was.
I'm
36. Are you on the outskirts?
I'm out in Pinckney, just about 20 miles away.
Yeah, did you have some wind or something?
I don't know. It said 36, and I didn't believe it, but that's what the weather app said on my phone. Yeah.
Wow. I got a weird scenario because I like it cold.
Yeah.
But when I put too many blankets on, it's heavy and stuff on my legs, and I don't like that.
There's a threshold. There's over and under.
I got over and under of how much weight I want to put on me from all these blankets. So
1.5.
Combination between the blankets and a little heat. You got her done.
you got the bed cover, which is the blanket and everything like that, right? And then you
Right.
got a sheet. You got a sheet.
Right.
That's all you need. That's all you
Huh?
need. That's all
No.
you need. Yeah. You
No,
don't need.
no.
You only need two layers. You don't need all that. You don't need all that.
I agree with that. But the 2 layers got to be the right layers for the cold, man.
Stop trying to lay with a weighted blanket. That's what you do when you laying with a weighted blanket.
Yeah, and I can't take it. So I don't know what to do sometimes. So I got to turn on a little heat to supplement the weight of the blanket.
So let me ask you about the weighted blanket. Were you lonely as a young type? I'm just asking, bro.
Believe me, I got a little heater next to me. You know,
okay, that's what I'm saying.
A little cuddle action.
Yeah, there's action. Wait a minute. Whether it's action or no, you got another human body right next to you.
Right.
You got to kick that. I kick that out of the bed. That's what I do.
No.
I can't have no heat. All of that
Time out, bro.
all of that out the heat.
No, we can't do that one. No, that ain't that. That ain't in the cars, bro.
I'm just saying.
I'd rather turn on the heater and have her next to me than to kick her out the bed. There ain't no way that's happening.
When it comes to being hot, you don't want to see me hot. I'm like, hey.
Me neither. I gotta have it cold, man.
Right.
But I still have to measure the weight of how much I have on top of me. I can't have the big old comforter and 3 or 4 blankets and all that on top of me.
So what I got on top of me, this is gonna be crazy, and people gonna go crazy on me, but don't go crazy on me yet. We have 4 cats, right?
Yeah.
I have the blanket, I have the sheet and the blanket on me, right? And then everybody, I'll send you the picture. Everybody comes and converge on me. So they all get their heat.
So between her and the 4 cats.
No, they get it from me. So they all come and migrate on me, but they think they sleeping with their mom. They sleeping with her, not me. They don't even count me. They sleeping on top of me. I find cats on top of my head. I find cats on top of my I got cats, and they just feeling the heat. They feeling the heat. I'm just the heat ball.
As I said on this show a bunch of times, I am not that animal guy, bro. I know. I can't. I'm so. God bless all you animal folks, and I ain't
anything. I said they sleep on top of me. I'm gonna send you the picture.
No, I couldn't do it. I can't do it, bro. No.
Do you know
animals are meant to be outside?
Oh yeah, I'm not putting my cats outside. No, not in the cold. Not like that.
I mean, no. I mean, you don't leave them out in the cold unattended. But
right,
you have a nice a house or in your basement or something. But in your bed, man. Come on, man.
The cats travel wherever. There's only one room they can't go in. One room. That's CJ's room. They don't go in there and wake the baby up. No, nobody wake up the little one. Nobody.
Bro, I'm from a different day. I'm from animals on. I don't. That's like when we go to LA, man. My brother-in-law's got this big old Cane Corso, whatever them dogs are, and this dude, this big old dog, mean looking, crazy looking dog, is all on the couch and putting his head on your lap and all.
That's when you discipline that dog. You can get a bed for the dog.
He has one. He does, but he allows the dog to do it. The dog will plop down in the middle of the kitchen.
Well,
I'm not from that elk.
He did not kennel train that dog.
No,
when the dog want to lay down, he'd go lay in his kennel. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got to see. Dogs are like kids. You need to train them where you want them to be.
True. And
you know what I'm saying?
He's training them, but he got it as an adult dog, not a kid dog.
You can still train dogs. They're not dumb.
And they're some of the smartest dogs on the planet. I've heard.
Exactly.
But my story is, I've told you my story. I've been bit like 7 or 8 times growing up.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's a real problem.
Of all dogs.
They smell your fear.
Well, I'm sorry.
You got to project confidence. I'm gonna tell you this right now.
You know what? They bite me. They bark at me and bite me, and I can walk in like King Kong. You know, I think it's my size. Like my wife is my witness. I've been telling her this story for years. Growing up, I got bit, but 6, 7, 8 times. Different dog. That's Fluffy. That's Fluffy. I wonder, Fluffy. Oh, my Fluffy won't bite nobody. We love Fluffy. And then Fluffy bites me. And then you know what I hear? He's never done that before. Right. Oh my God!
Here's the thing that happens when I walk in the house and you got a dog. First thing I'm gonna tell him, I'm just gonna tell you this: if your dog come at me at any level, I'm gonna slap it in its nose. And they look at me like, huh? I said, I don't have a problem with dogs.
But
I don't have a problem with them. I just slap them.
That's okay with some little chihuahua or something.
Ain't no.
One of them Cane Corsos, one of them big old Rottweiler or something. You ain't doing that.
Okay. All right. I'll slap him in the face too. Anyway, we need to go to a break because we got Nick Baumgartner on the other side. We got to talk Lions. Terrion Arnold. Did we lose him for the rest of the month, or is that just a hoax and people just saying that? We'll find that out too. Are the Lions the best team in the NFL currently? They were the worst in the week 1. They were the worst. I'm just saying. All of a sudden, things change. You see how things change. You see how it changes. Ravens. Everybody's jumped off the bus with the Ravens. Everybody except for me.
There's another team you are at the door. You're at the front door of.
I'm there.
One of your team, the Minnesota Vikings. That's how.
I still got them. I still got the Vikings. They're on my time, dude. I don't give up on my teams. Don't worry. If I pick them, they belong to me. So you ain't worried about it yet. You're listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050.
This is the M Zone.
And welcome back to the M Zone. Jamie Morris. My man, Derek Laughlin in for the Ms. Man. And you got the center of attention, the guy who he trapped the hell out of everybody, Larry Lee. And then the guy who knows this in NFL, this day NFL from the back to the front, Nick Baumgartner from The Athletic that's joining us. What's up, Nick? How you doing, man?
What's
Good,
up,
fellas.
man?
How we doing? How we doing?
man.
Good.
Yeah.
Nick, I'm confused. And you heard me before we even came on. I'm a little confused about this. So, I mean, I'm just going to say this. The 1 and 2 teams in the NFL, the Philadelphia Eagles and the Buffalo Bills, they lose their first game. Okay, they lost. And Buffalo lost to the New England Patriots. Everybody's saying that New England wasn't any good. But, I mean, obviously, they were good enough to beat the Bills in Buffalo, right? So, I'm just saying. Philadelphia, they get their first loss, and, you know, that happens. In the NFL, they try not to let you win, right?
Yeah, that's the point, right? It's supposed to be hard.
They need you to lose every now and then. My point is that I'm looking at the Lions being number one. Look, that's good for all the Detroit people around, and they make them feel good about themselves. The people they beat are the Bears. Remember the Bears?
Yeah.
The Ravens. Ravens aren't as good as they used to be right now. They got a lot of all pros.
A lot of problems right now. Yeah.
The Browns and the Bengals.
Yeah.
I mean, look at who they beat. I'm just saying, look at who they beat. Now they're puckering up to go down to Kansas City and to play the Chiefs. And
who aren't what they used to be either.
Right. They're not who they are not who they used to be. So that being said, and let's say that secondary it's getting chewed up, bud.
That's the difference here now.
Patrick Mahomes did pretty good in the last game.
Yes.
He didn't win, but he getting his receivers back. His receiving core is back.
I think this is weird because like the Lions probably are, if you had to just say like, okay, through 5 weeks, like by average, who's played the best football, like, you know, week to week to week to week, regardless of opponent, it's probably the Lions. I would even with the Green Bay game, right? So they're at the very least in that grouping of top teams. But the difference now it's the opposite of last year to a degree, at least a little bit so far, where you already have DJ Reed out for extended period of time, and then Terrion, while he's not going to be out for the year,
right?
It doesn't seem like at least a couple games. I was talking to Colton yesterday, and maybe it's 2 games. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. He's one of these guys like he's like Laporta, who he gets hurt, and you're like, oh, he's going to be done for a long time. That was bad, and then it's like they didn't think he was going to play last week, and then he was out there like it was no big deal. So he surprises people with how fast he gets back. However, going into this game against a team that is, like we said, they're not who they used to be, but like they got to be pretty upset here, I would imagine. Okay, like that's the one thing I noted about the Chiefs. Now they've lost a couple games that are tough losses. They're still a championship. They got champions on that team. A lot of pride there. I think they all know that this is kind of the last rodeo to a degree for Kelsey, maybe, and some of those guys. But the pride has to be like
he's marrying money. He's good.
Yeah, he's about to be Mr. Swift, so his life's about to change. But Mahomes has got to be there now. He's got to he's got to pay for his life for the next 10 years.
You're
so
right.
I think the pride there kicks in, and the Lions are going to get a heck of a test. Like they match up well, I still think, with the Chiefs the way they run the ball, because the Chiefs still don't defend the run as a team that well. But man, I think you're going to get an angry Mahomes, and that is not good. That's a lot of fire, even with a healthy secondary. So offense has got to be ready to roll. That's going to be one of those games where I think Campbell probably says to the offense and Goff, like, you guys got to be you got to lead the way here through this one.
The one thing I'll say about my Lions is that they're living up to expectation. What I mean by that is in the past, over the years, we've seen them, drop the ball, or we've seen them not live up to their expectation, and they drop 1 or 2 here. But they're going in as favorites. They're winning as favorites. They're winning. They're covering. They're scoring points like unbelievably.
Right.
So that's something new around here that hadn't been done in quite a while, with living up to the expectations and delivering. So we could talk about the 3 or 4, the 4 lesser teams that they've played. So with that being said, they beat them bad like they should have bunked, and they did.
That's what I said.
So that tells me there's a little bit something different going on around here now.
Yeah, I think that this is a good club. I think that they have a good core.
I do too.
And I think that I talked to you guys before the year, like,
Yeah.
it's a big year for Jared Goff, and it hasn't been talked about a lot because he's been, I don't think he's put up like insane numbers or anything, but he has played really good football. And we talked about him taking another ownership in the offense, and he's done that too. Like, he's making calls and decisions at the line. He's getting them in and out of stuff, changing the play when he has to, which he's gotten the green light from the whole staff. I think they're in a good spot. It's just like they got to stay healthy, and that's the thing that gets everybody at some point. But if they stay healthy, I think they're going to be okay. I think that they have a good core here.
Well, that's what we talked about. You're right, Nick, and that was my next question to you. Have the coordinators settled in? Kelvin,
yeah.
I think we ain't got a problem with Kelvin. Kelvin, he'll come and talk to the press, and he breaks it down with you. He has props. He'll tell you all the numbers, what you're seeing. I like him when he breaks it down.
He's not going to be here very long.
Right. He may be out of here next year. I'm just saying.
He might be going quick.
He's a real good defensive coordinator, and he's a no-nonsense kind of guy, okay? Yeah. That being said, John Morton, I mean, you don't see much of him. You don't hear much of him, and you're right. It should be Jared Goff who's leading that offense. Right. He's the guy. We said that at the beginning of the year. You've got to step up and play your game. I love that the 2 running backs are doing their thing. I even like that they let Montgomery throw a pass.
That's right.
I like that. And I know Big Sweet likes this. He ain't gonna admit it, but I know he likes this. Dan Campbell don't make you wipe your butt no more because he ain't going for it on 4th down as much.
You don't have to. You don't have to. Let's hope. We don't get in that situation where he gonna prove his manhood again and start doing some of the moves again. So right now he's winning so good he doesn't have to make those decisions. So I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I'm not anti Dan Campbell. I just think he gambles a little too much for me because he's supposed to be the most cerebral one in the organization and make the right calls.
I think some of that has come back though because their defense is playing so well. To Jamie's, like when you talk about Shep, like they are playing now. These players are better than at this point than anything Aaron Glenn was able to work with.
Yep. But
to me, they're playing when the guys are out, the starters are out there and they're healthy. This is as good as this group has ever played together.
Mm-hmm.
And you can go down the line like just the best Jack Campbell has played. Aiden looks like Aiden again. Tyleek Williams has been great. This is the best I think DJ Reader has been since he's been here. Derek Barnes has been great. Anzalone's been great. It's been a full group. The safeties are running the show back there. So this is a really good defense when they're healthy. If they can get the corner situation, and I don't want to totally sleep on Robertson and Rocky Yassin. Those are nice players. I still think they're going to might need some help there, but if they can get healthy-ish, that group is really, really good. And I think that Campbell and Morton have adjusted a little bit of the like we thought they would. They're not running a lot of the gimmick stuff as much. They're doing some of it, but not, everybody does some of it, right?
Right, yeah.
They're not doing it as much as Ben did. They've peeled back a lot. When it's time to just run the ball, they just run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And like you guys were just talking about, like sometimes they don't go for it. Sometimes they punt it because Jack Fox is really good and their defense is good.
Right.
So it works out. I think that they have a good vibe. I think Campbell, his rapport with those other 2 coordinators, like you said, Jamie, is also very good. With Shep, Campbell's the only boss Shep's ever had. So they know each other as good as anybody. And then Morton and Campbell have worked together forever. So it's been a really good group here so far.
Well, another comment I have that kudos to Brad Holmes. Brad Holmes is the real deal. I got to know him before his interview to become the GM, and I was a part of the Fritz Pollard Alliance with Rod Graves that helped get him ready for the man's been solid. He's drafted solid. He's done, and what I love about him is his humility. You know,
Right.
Jamie and I both have seen general manager types. They come in with the little designer suits and the rimless glasses, and hey, and wait, but no, man, he's himself. He's cool. He's elated. He's cool with, and that's what today's football, in my opinion, is all about. The general manager, man, being able to relate to the guys, talk to the guys, talk their talk,
right.
walk their walk, but still remain the boss, and I think kudos to Brad Holmes. I am a big Brad Holmes fan.
I think at this point, my biggest question entering the season was the same one that everybody had. Were they going to have anybody that could rush opposite Aiden? And when Davenport went down, I was like, they're screwed, right? In my mind, I was like, I like Muhammad, I liked him, thought he was talented, but I was like, he doesn't have enough. And to Holmes and Campbell's credit, and this is where Holmes is like Dan Campbell. I think they're a lot alike. And Holmes has this trait as well as any GM in the league. Like they were like, this guy is going to be good. He's going to be a guy. You got to just trust us. And he has been very, very good. And it's that trait, the Bill Parcells trait. I have the ability to go around the locker room, and if there's 100 guys in here, I'm going to know something or most things about every one of those guys' life and everything about them. And that's the difference with Holmes, I think, in some of these signings where they seem to pick these guys off the heap. And it's like, well, he knows them. He knows the player as a person. Sometimes, and that's my only criticism of Brad. The only critiques of his moves I've ever made actually are usually when because he knows the guy too well, and it's like he gives the guy too much of a chance because he knows him so well. But that's how they work, man. They know everybody, man, and when they say a guy's going to be okay, you got to kind of trust them.
Yeah.
Again, here's my question for the both of you. I mean, look, I'm going to say this: Aiden Hutchinson, is he playing up to what he was playing last year? I mean, he came out like gangbusters last year. He was at a level.
It was crazy.
He was at a Lawrence Taylor level.
Yeah, it was not sustainable.
Last year. It was nuts. The way he attacked the football. Has he less now? I said he should cut it back. I said that's what he was helter-skelter because he was going in there unabandoned, and that's how he hurt his knee and everything. He hurt his leg and everything. I thought he should take it down just a little bit. Be cautious. Don't get hit. Don't be going balls out again. Just keep it under control. It has looked like he's kept it under control now, but he's still at he's at that level of all pro. He's not at Lawrence Taylor's level, but who can be? But what I'm saying to you is he's getting the job done, but now he's got pressures. He's there. He's coming. So, and he demonstrated that in the Ravens game.
I'll let our guest answer. Yeah, go ahead.
I think if he didn't have he's had 2 sacks wiped out by penalties. I think if those sacks held, one of them was his own fault. But if those sacks held, I think he would be leading the league in pressures and sacks right now. Because right now he's leading the league in pressures, and second or third in sacks. So, but to your point, Jamie, I think he's become a more efficient player. I think he's become a guy whose movements even are more efficient. He's better with his rush moves. He knows when to set them up, when to use what to do with the chips and the backs. Like he's much more comfortable running through all that traffic. So I think he is a more efficient player, and he feels like he's in his groove now. So maybe it doesn't. And I think he's actually kind of still dominating games.
Oh, he dominates. He was dominating that Ravens game.
Yeah, and it's not like, oh my God, he had 15 pressures. It's not something insane, but he's still pretty much controlling games.
Right. Everybody knows where 97 is.
Everyone knows where he's at, right? And he knows what to do. He knows how to deal with that now better, I feel like. So I do feel like mentally he's better, you know what I mean? And I feel like you're seeing some of that. So he's been really consistent and really good.
I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. I think he's become that savvy veteran now that knows when to turn it on and when to give it balls out and when to calm down a little bit. And he's just becoming that savvy veteran, and he's good enough to do it that way. So I agree with you 1,000%.
Yeah, that's right. Because a lot of guys aren't. You know what I mean? He might have had to figure that out too. Somebody might have had to tell him that, like, hey man, you don't have to
He did.
We know that you're good. You know, you don't
He
need
did
to.
work with the military this offseason.
Did he? Oh, there you go.
He worked with them, and they told him, "Hey, we get our guys charged up when they're ready to go. When we want them to react, they know how to react, but they keep it at a different. They keep it at a different level, so we can, so they can control their actions and everything like
They
that.
bring it back to neutral.
Yes.
You know. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. He's done that this year a lot better.
And what surprises you more? Is it Jared Goff, his play, or is it the offensive line? I mean, this offensive line is playing.
My goodness.
Who turned on the button?
Look at. There were times in that Ravens game, and Tate Ratledge has come back to earth a little bit. It hasn't been as good. But that Ravens game, Tate Ratledge looked like Frank Ragnow running around out there for a couple quarters. And he's been real good, and so is Mahogany. And honestly, you know, Graham has held up health-wise, but I think the biggest thing that nobody paid much attention to because it was such a shock to see, like, oh my God, they didn't play well.
Right.
Was that environment they played in that week 1 environment? Micah Parsons' debut at Lambeau was crazy. It was like playing like at night at the big house, you know, in the Denard game or whatever, right? It was like that. It was nuts. So like Ratledge and Mahogany, they messed up some calls. Decker even said he messed up some calls. So they got some things wires crossed. And after they got that all repaired, it has been terrific. I mean, inside Sewell, that's the biggest thing, I guess, to me has still been Penei Sewell. He's been the best maybe offensive lineman.
He's a beast. He's a beast.
Outstanding. Nobody can do what they do with him. Yeah. Go ahead, Larry.
I think the next coach we lose is Hank Fraley.
Probably.
Yeah. They tried to get him last year, and they made some moves to keep him around. So with the offensive line playing as well as they're playing with different people and that kind of thing, kudos to Hank, you know. Yep.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Especially, I mean, from 1 to 2, like everybody talks about, you know, sign of a great football coach and sign of a good team sometimes too is like how much better you get from 1 to 2, week 1 to week 2. Yeah. And like you can't find a group in football that was better than the Lions offensive line from 1 to 2 and then so on and so on. It's just carried on so far all the way through. So
and didn't they bring Skipper back? Didn't they bring Skipper back?
Because Decker's been hurt. So Decker's been hurt. That was the one thing that's been a hiccup is they started Giovanni Manu at left tackle last week, and he struggled. But I mean that was his first start in the NFL ever. And if Decker's still dinged up, I'll bet Skipper plays more than Manu does. But Manu's a project kind of guy, so we'll see how that goes. The rest of the guys have been fantastic, and they trust Skipper, of course. So we'll see how that goes.
Now, one question I have, and I don't think that the universe gives Jared Goff enough credit. He should be in the MVP.
I agree completely
right now.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree, and it's
you
not.
You don't think so, Jamie?
Huh?
You're never going to sell it though because of the stats.
Exactly, that's the problem. He's a guy who
look what he does.
He's a program quarterback. He's a guy who
he made the program.
He's got the running back. He's got the running back. He's got the offensive line. He's got too many assets.
He's got a lot of stuff. You're right.
If you're looking for MVPs, these are guys that lack something. These are guys that do it themselves. Josh Allen, he does it himself. Lamar Jackson does it.
Lamar's got Henry, but that's about it. Yeah.
Well, that's the only one he's got. That's an asset, but he's been dropping the ball lately.
And then, you're right. That's even struggling.
All I'm saying to you is that's why Baker Mayfield, he's more of an MVP than Jared Goff because he's got negatives.
But,
on his offense.
I agree with that. But I would argue that at the level of the guys playing, it's underrated, and it's not being talked about enough. How about this? It's at like a Pro Bowl, whatever that level is, all pro-ish. Only one guy can be it, but Goff is playing as good as any quarterback in the league right now. Just like down to down,
and has for the past couple of years or so.
Jared Goff was the best quarterback in the NFL last year. Last year, he
most consistent.
Remember, he completed. He was 100% one time.
I think he's 75 right now for the year.
Right.
Again.
So I'm saying he was the best quarterback last year, and nobody talked about him. Nobody.
No.
So should we hurt? I mean, should that hurt him? It shouldn't hurt him.
No.
I think he likes that. I think he loves the fact that he's adopted the Dan Campbell mantra because that's Campbell's. Campbell loves to just people think he doesn't see any of that stuff. He's one of those guys that internalizes all the outside. Nobody talks
Right.
about this. Oh, I promise you, Goff knows all the that everybody thinks that he's one of these like third tier quarterback. You know what I mean? Like
What do
he's
they call him?
firmly
Game
in.
manager. He's a game manager.
Yes,
That's
what he'll get labeled as, and it's like
Game
I'm
manager.
glad you guys mentioned Mayfield.
Right.
Goff and Mayfield are two guys that are playing, and they have been playing
Right.
outstanding
Yeah.
football.
Yes.
And I think they both like the fact that they don't really get that credit, and I think it
Right.
does drive them. I think it
Nobody
helps.
wants that bright light. Nobody wants that
No,
bright light.
I think, and they both used to have it, and they hated it.
Yes.
So I think now you're right. They both like it the other way. That's right. Good point.
Exactly. They have a great program and they get it done. Jared Goff,
both
he's
tough
got
players,
two
yeah.
running backs. He's got an offensive line. He's got a defense that comes and gets everybody.
That's right.
Nobody talks about Jared Goff. He doesn't want him to talk about him. Why?
Right.
Why? Hey, I got the best receiving core. He's got the best receiving core there is. If you
He
think
called
about
St. Brown the best teammate he's ever played with
yes.
in football.
You know who St. Brown reminds me of? What's his name back in the day from the Steelers?
Heinz Ward.
Heinz Ward.
Heinz Ward.
That's
I'll tell you
Heinz
what, though.
Ward. Yeah.
I like that.
And Amar St. Brown. St. Brown will go block you and knock you into the stands. He will block you
like
all
Heinz
the way
Ward used to
the locker room.
Exactly. They are the same player. Like, I mean, if you had to like line up two guys, they look this. Yeah, it's the same. Everything's the same. But I did like on the game Sunday on the broadcast. Gerald Moose Johnston was talking about this, and he mentioned the Heinz Ward thing too. But he also said he reminded him in terms of impact for the team of Michael Irvin. Because he was like, for this team, he is what Michael Irvin was for our Cowboys. Because when we needed a first down and everybody knew where the ball was going, he still caught it. When we needed him to go block, he did it. You know, like he made tough catch after tough catch. He played hurt. Like he was electric. On the road, if we needed a big catch to shut the crowd up, he did it. Like, and so he was like, that's the guy for them. And I thought that was really cool too. Because I was like, he doesn't ever get enough credit either, usually, St. Brown. Because like Heinz Ward didn't either. It was always, he's a small guy who plays hard. Right. And it was like, well, he's better than that. You know what I mean? And I think St. Brown sometimes maybe thrives off the lack of, why can't I be, in the conversation with Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase and these guys, And I think that's his argument usually.
Heinz is coming up as a Hall of Fame potential candidate now.
He absolutely will.
I got to know him in the XFL. When I was GM of the Orlando team. He was head coach of the San Antonio team. Great guy. I got to know him before then because I'm still tight with all the Steelers.
Now he was also an old quarterback too, I think, right?
Yeah, at
Georgia, and like St. Brown, they're the same player, man. Because like St. Brown did the same thing in high school. It's the same. They're the same guy. It's crazy.
Nick, really appreciate you coming on, being a part of the End Zone. Really, really great. We'll talk to you next week. Hopefully, Lions get a win in Kansas City.
They own it. Let's go.
All right. Take care, Nick.
We gotta go to a break. We come back. We got the angel of the big house, Angelique Shingala. She's going to the airport.
Girl.
She's going to the airport right now. And we'll talk about it on the other side. You're listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050.
This is the M Zone.
And welcome back to the M Zone. Jamie Morris, Derek Laughlin in for the Ms. Man, and you got the center of attention, the man who crushes you when you ain't those no-look blocks. They don't have those anymore. He get flagged on those now. Yeah. Larry Lee, we call him Big Sweet. Angelique Shingales is also joining us, racing to the airport.
Homegirl!
The best part of the week, Jamie. Sorry, no, this is our little connection that you don't know about.
I got
That's
you.
right.
Let me say this. When we say it, what's that town you live from?
Dayton, Ohio!
It's that Dayton love. I get it. It's that Dayton love. I get you. I get it.
All right.
I get it.
The
Angelique.
Cincinnati kid and the Dayton kid.
Oh my God. Yeah. You're driving. You're driving to the airport. This team, a lot of the Big Ten coaches. I want to start this way, Angelique. A lot of Big Ten coaches. I don't want to say they're whining. I just want to say that they're complaining a bit about the travel that the teams are doing, both west to east and east to west. And they're not happy with it. From a Sharon Moore standpoint, his take was a little different to this week. And he thinks, hey, it's something we got to do. We'll do it. And now he's taking the team a day earlier, not on Friday, but on Thursday, and they're going to go over to the Charger facility and work out there.
Yeah, I think it's really funny that they all say, oh, it's not an excuse, and then they all use it as an excuse.
Right.
Like James Franklin sort of slips it in. Well, we did have to travel. I mean, they also flew out on Thursday, and Ohio State flew out on Thursday going to Washington this year, and they also had done the Friday, flew in Friday last year at Oregon, like Michigan flew in Friday to Washington. I guess it'll help. I don't know. I think it's probably harder coming east than going west. I mean, like Washington's going to have to play at 9 a.m. body clockwise next week in Ann Arbor.
Right.
So I think that's hard. I don't know. I think this is the right move, and let them get out in the sunshine. It's going to be a lot warmer there than it is right now here, and kind of take it all in. And I mean, it won't feel like a bowl game or anything like that or anything special, but probably the right move. But then you can't make any excuses. I mean, you've changed it up again, and they've been dealing with Michigan's been working with a sleep specialist. She's like one of the most well-known in the country, and she's at Michigan, and all the teams have worked with her, going, all these different time zones. And it's more of a factor, she said, like during basketball season and softball and stuff, it's harder because those teams are staying there longer, and they have to decide, do you want to adapt to West Coast time? What's the best way? They have special glasses for them, so that, they don't want them to be in bright light. They don't want their brains to sense that. So they keep them with these dark glasses on, so it feels more like nighttime. So they're trying all these different things. And I don't know how that works. I haven't asked all the other teams, but, I think this is probably the right move for Michigan football and Sharon doing this and taking them to the Chargers facility.
Well, I like the shot coach took. He said, hey, it's going to be sold out there, but primarily because of Michigan fans. And that didn't sit well with Lincoln Riley.
Yes, he did say that. It's not going to be sold out. It is not going to be sold out.
He said he doesn't care what he says. He said he didn't care. I watched that interview. He looked peeved. He looked a little irritated. And I don't think it's wrong. I mean, look at that alumni base, Michigan's alumni base out in L.A. And I know a friend of mine who lives in L.A., his daughter is a freshman, and he came in for Parents Weekend, and the L.A. alumni group was in Ann Arbor selling tickets. They had face value tickets for the USC game.
Wow.
And he bought his tickets then. So.
Wow.
Wow. Well, what's my man, the M Club guy that we have on, Kevin?
Yeah, Kevin.
Kevin's out there talking about all of that, and well, it's a trip. I mean, I happen to know it because I lived it, but when those teams go west, it's a little bit more than a game. It's a little bit more than a game. You even said, who? Oh no, that was John Navarro who said,
right.
The meeting, the mountains in the background, and the ocean, and it's not your normal trip to Wisconsin
Right.
or West Lafayette.
No, it's not. It's not flat. It's not the Midwest. That's what we're talking about. You go out to LA, you see mountains and oceans and all kinds of things that you don't normally see. Palm trees.
Right.
Palm trees.
Right.
Yes. Poor John Navarre. I mean, John Navarre had to go out when they played at UCLA. He wasn't expecting to play. That was Drew Henson's hurt. And it was like 105 degrees at the Rose Bowl. It was awful.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, you're dealing with so many different elements there that you don't just playing where the Big Ten, the original footprint was.
But isn't that why we established the Big Ten in the West? That we have 3 different time zones that we can create and do different things and have bigger games and different things like that, Angelique. I mean, look, we either got to figure it out, teams that got to go to the West Coast and perform and play, or, those West Coast teams will say, hey, let's have all home games, right? And say, yeah, we want to take you on here and there. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, wait a minute. USC had to go to Illinois, and they had to travel, and they got up early and they played early after they had a night game with Michigan State, right?
Right.
Yeah, and then they lost. They lost at Illinois.
Yeah.
So,
but they had their chances to win, though. I mean, it's not not because of. I don't think it was because of sleep deprivation. I don't either.
I don't either. And look, I mean, Michigan's going to have a short turnaround too. They've got to come back from a night game and play a noon game on Saturday.
Right.
So there is all that. And you talk to the players. I mean, I went back and I read the 1957 coverage, and these guys, they actually flew out on Thursday too, back in 1957. But that might have been because of the air travel. I have no idea. But they didn't have jugs of water. I was driving through to leave the other day from Schembechler Hall, and players are walking in with gallon jugs of water, and that was one of their things. They drink a lot, they hydrate anyway, but they were definitely making that a bigger priority this week because of the 4.5-hour flight. And you got to keep your body hydrated, and so they've definitely done all these things, but they sure didn't do all those things in 1957. So it was just we didn't
do that in 1986 either.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's really changed now, isn't it? I mean, you look at Justice Haynes, for instance, Jamie, and, this guy is like negative body fat.
Yeah.
And he doesn't, he eats so clean and works out differently. He's always advertising on his Instagram the Red Effect Light Spa place. I don't know where it is in Ann Arbor.
Yep.
So, they're doing all these different things that you and Larry didn't do. And I'm assuming you guys didn't do.
No, we didn't know about it.
No, I ate chili dogs and drank a beer every now and then.
You said red light. That's red light district. I ain't supposed to go in there. I ain't supposed to go down there.
No.
Thank
Exactly.
goodness you never played in Amsterdam while you were there. That would have been bad. But no, I'm really curious about how this game's going to go. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing the Coliseum. I've never been there. Obviously, Michigan hasn't played a regular season game there since '57, but they played UCLA at the Coliseum in 1972.
Yes, I remember.
Right.
Well, that's when UCLA had some sense, and they used the Coliseum as a home place too.
I agree, Jamie. I played all my home games in college at the Coliseum, and I'll say this to you, Angelique. It's nothing special as compared to today's stadiums or anything. It's just the nostalgia of being in that stadium and seeing that stadium and knowing that the Olympics were there and knowing that all those SC years and UCLA. It's a lot of nostalgia about the Coliseum that makes it interesting. There's nothing. As a player, we used to hate it because there's a long walk from the locker rooms down that tunnel onto the field and a long walk back up to the locker room for halftime and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know how they did it back in the day where USC, UCLA, and the Rams shared the Coliseum, and they pulled it off. But that is it's home to me. I'd rather play there than the Rose Bowl any day of the week. As a home stadium.
Wow, that's that's interesting. I mean, the Brooklyn Dodgers were there for when they first moved to LA. I didn't realize the Coliseum. I mean, there's been great boxing matches there. There's been a whole lot going on there. But so I am looking forward to seeing the history, like feel it, because I know you're going to feel it when you're in a place like that. And they do have the upcoming Olympics there, so I think it's going to be really cool. And so I have to tell you, I was thinking about USC. I don't know if I ever told you this story, Jamie, that when Michigan was out at the Rose Bowl, I think, was it the 2004 Rose Bowl? I guess Mike Williams was on the USC team. And I got sent out early with our photographer. We were the first reporters there. I was told to go do a Mike Williams story. So I talked to the sports info people at USC, got it all set up. Come to practice. They said, well, you'll get him after practice. So I go into practice with all the other LA writers. And next thing I know, I'm there for about half an hour. Next thing I know, Pete Carroll has asked that I be removed. So I had to leave the practice that I was invited to. And then I'm outside. And it was actually kind of cold for Southern California. So I'm outside for about 2.5 hours waiting for Mike Williams, who blew past me, by the way. Then they finally found him and he came back. But the next day I go to Michigan's practice. All the LA writers are there. And Lloyd Carr comes up to me and, asks how I'm doing, how's the trip. And I said, hey, Pete Carroll threw me out of practice last night. And Lloyd looked at me, didn't say a word, and he just walked over to the LA writers and made them all leave.
Wow.
That was pretty amazing.
That's revenge. Yeah. Wow. That's interesting.
Pete Carroll USC story.
Wow. Now, I tell you, once again, being out there in LA, you're going to enjoy the heck out of going to the game and the Coliseum and the nostalgia and all that. Just hold on to your purse, because you are over there by USC. So clutch your purse a little bit tighter. But you're not in the confines of Westwood or Bel Air or Brentwood or Beverly Hills where that school across town is and all that. And they're on a high right now out there too. So so all is well.
Yes, they are. Congratulations, by the way. I forgot about that.
Thank you. Well, next week they come back to play Michigan State. So I'm gonna go by there and see the crew and all of that. But Angelique, you got anything special you're gonna do in LA?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think I'm gonna go walk around, and I'd like to go to the the Academy Awards are there. It's Hollywood, and they've got the Motion Picture Museum or something. I thought that'd be kind of cool. But
what part of town are you staying in? What part of town are you staying in?
I was just by the airport. Nothing fancy, and just can get out.
Gotcha.
That'd be nice. I mean, you should go take pictures of the stars on the square.
Hollywood, the Chinese Theater, Groman Chinese Theater, and go get a beautiful tour of UCLA. What a beautiful campus!
I have walked around UCLA. It is beautiful there. It is. It's a great campus.
And you got to get a fat burger.
I can't do all those things. And then we've got to watch the Tigers. So they'll be on, I think, about 5 o'clock LA time. So, got to see what they're going to do and hopefully pull one out in Seattle.
Are you going to watch that regular time? I mean, that's local time, right? You're on the West Coast. They're on the low side.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've got to do all my stuff to get ready for the game. I mean, it's going to be challenging. 3-hour time zone. Got to get ready for the game, cover it. It's going to be weird. I mean, I thought that. No, go ahead. I'm sorry, Larry.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
It's at 4:30, right? It's at 4:30 your local time, 7:30 here. So I think that's kind of early.
It does take some getting used to, because I'm a snowbird and that's where I go. I'll be going there in November until May, and they're adjusting to that time is something different. You get used to it back here, and when I'm out there, I want to go to bed at 9 o'clock because that's midnight back here, and then I want to get up at 4 in the morning because that's 7 back here. So it's just a little different to get used to.
Yeah, no, it is, and I'm not trying to make light of it because I do think it's an issue, but it's an issue for both the West Coast teams and the East Coast teams going each way, and I mean you've seen it in the records. I mean there were only 3 wins last year for East Coast teams that went west, so it's there's definitely a challenge, and I'm sure I'll be fine, but I'm going to be hydrating. Got a lot of water. I'm drinking before my flight. I'm kidding. So, but no, it'll be good. It'll be good.
So,
I'm just curious to see this.
You better hope
USC
they have
offense.
enough bathrooms on that plane. Everybody's hydrating. I'm drinking water right now.
But it'll be fun to see this USC offense. To see how good it is.
I was gonna ask you that about our the defense. Michigan played well last week, and they're getting it together, and offenses seem like they're gelling a little bit. So I think Bryce is coming along as planned, or even better than planned. Correct?
I do. I think Bryce is fine. I don't think he's done anything. Like I still don't think you go to USC and think that Bryce is going to win a game for you. I just don't see that yet. And he hasn't had the receiver, the consistency yet. It's definitely, you're seeing it's McCauley and now maybe Andrew Marsh are his go-to guys. And Samaj, got to throw Samaj in there, but the drops are still an issue. And I think it's important if they get the tight ends going. But yeah, I mean, I think Bryce is fine. It's just, I think he's got a lot of poise, but I'm still not sure if he's ready to go out there and win a game for them. So I think they really need to avoid a shootout with USC, and you got to hope that your run game travels well.
Well, I see. As long as that offensive line is continuing getting better, I think the running game is in good hands. My thing is that Angelique, it is the passing game. It's not Bryce. You're right. It's not Bryce, but it's the receivers. They got to catch the ball. I mean, you've got to make catches. And you got to improve over the season. Now, they made a move, and I know a lot of people don't like to talk about it, but Marsh is now the starter, and he's got to get the ball more, and Donovan, along with McCulley, he's got to get the ball more, and we got to see what they do, and the tight ends are getting healthier. You got to start throwing the ball to the tight ends again. So, I mean, when I see it as it's Michigan's offense versus USC's defense, really. I think the USC offense is dynamic, but I think the dominant one is the Michigan defense. They can get after that quarterback. If they get after that quarterback and they keep hitting them, it's the same thing. I mean, Wink could just go in and pull out this sheet and say, what did we do last year? You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah, last year you had Kalel Mullings, though, too.
Yes.
He really made that happen.
And we have Justin Haynes now, right?
I know, but I still Kalel's is he's more of a bruise. I thought a little bit more of a bruising back than Justice, but I don't know. That's what makes little running backs mad. You know that? You don't give them the credit. That man is a brute hitter. He was looking for hitting people with that helmet and them shoulder pads in that in the last game. I was like, wow, he's trying to show some power. Yeah, no, you're right. And I know I wanted to ask you, Jamie, is so many people have been talking about Bryce's lack of touch. And on these short passes, that he's just throwing bullets, and that's why it's been hard for these receivers to hang on to it. You caught passes. Like, what's the hard? Is there? I mean, is it too? Can the pass be too hard for you? I mean, you've got to catch the ball.
I think Bryce is going to throw the ball in there, and I've seen 3 types, maybe 4 types of ways he throws the ball. Okay. He does throw it in there when he knows he needs to get it there, and the defensive man is on you. But he's got a floater. He's got one that he's okay. I know this is between you and me. Catch this. I mean, no, it's if you put your hands on it, it's your job to catch the ball.
That's how I see it. And so I'm like, you can't keep like harping on the guy throwing too hard.
No.
And I mean, they've had a spring ball with him in a camp.
Right.
So it's not like
why weren't they
so hard.
exactly? Why weren't they talking about how hard he was throwing in the spring? I mean,
they weren't. They were the couple times, like some of the defensive backs in the camp were talking about, oh, he jammed my finger and stuff, trying to make a play on the ball. But and then when I asked Andrew after the game, I said, "What's the velocity like of a Bryce Underwood throw?" And there were 4 guys sitting there, and they all just started kind of smiling. And so, yes, I assume they're all telling the truth that he throws hard.
He does. I've seen it exactly. It does. But it tells you what situation you're in. If he throws that ball super hard, that means he got it through the hands of the defenders and they're close to you. That's giving you your warning. Hey, these guys are on your back. So catch this ball and either get down or start running. I mean, or if he's throwing you a floater, you got some time to turn up the field and make a play. So, I mean, these are things that his signal is. I mean, you look at it, you take it in, and you play with the system. And now, Bryce he's an excitable young man. He's out there on the field. You're jazzed up just like he is. And if he throws the ball hard, you should catch it. No matter what, it's either going to go through your hand and hit you in the face mask or in the chest, and you're going to catch it a second time. Yeah,
that's true. That's true. And I'm not quite as upbeat about the offensive line as you are, but, I mean, we'll see. I think it'll be important to get El Hadi back, and I think they need his leadership out there. I don't know if he's going to be ready on Saturday, but yeah, I mean, I just I don't know. I'm not quite sold yet, Jamie. So,
I know. I hear it. Listen to me, Angelique. These young men, those 2 young guards that they had in there, they before Jerome left, he got them up to speed, and you saw the difference. They played the way they played against Nebraska. Okay, that means they're coachable. That means they're guys that they may had a step back against Wisconsin because they had a week off, but now they may be up to par again for this USC game because they've had time to go over, and they had enough film. The good thing is we won the game, and we had good film to show them their mistakes. So they're coachable. These young men are coachable, and Lord knows they can play because they've shown that they can play.
I want to know what Larry thinks about the offensive line.
Larry?
I think they're maturing. They're coming along. We had this debate not too long ago whether the captain should come back and just get his job back or have to earn it back. I'd say he gets it back because he was the captain, and until he proves that he can't, until he proves that he's not the same guy before his injury, he gets his job back. So I think the offensive line is gelling. Those 2 young guys, they're young. They're gonna make some mistakes, but this will be another good test for them. Playing a formidable team. And it's not the early Central Michigans or anything like that. So let's see. I think they're coming along. I'm not ready to anoint them yet, like you, Angelique, but I think they're coming along.
Well, there you have it, Jamie.
I'm cool with that. Look, I'm going to say this. We weren't running the ball, and then all of a sudden we started. Justice Haynes got it done himself. Now we started blocking them and this is the Jerome suspension time. They started running the ball. They were running the ball. They were doing what they were supposed to do while he was gone. Now you got Jerome back into the picture. He's got a different view because he had a chance to sit back and relax and watch the team himself. You got to get up to speed. We said the receivers have got to get up to speed, right? We say the offensive line got to get up to speed. They got to block more because we can run the ball because we have a running back. And Jerome has been preaching about Justice Haynes. That being said, that means he's got to create some type of holes for that young man to get it going. You got to get the other running back in there. We got to get the other part. And then, look, you got to make sure that your quarterback is back there and he's safely taken care of.
I agree. But I do think in the end, it's going to be about this pass rush, like you said.
Yeah, that's what we got to put
quarterback.
Quarterback must go down, and he must go down hard.
Yeah, because I think it's going to be tough on the secondary, even though Rod Moore's back, which is a good thing, a really good thing. I mean, this kid's like leading the country in yards per completion. So
he will be looking for Ghost. I will make a prediction for you. He will be looking for Ghost on Saturday night. He will be looking over his shoulder all the time because once he gets hit by Derek Moore, and then what's the young man's name? Number one.
Barham.
Yeah, when he hits by Barham, a hit like that makes you think all game long. So I'm not worried about that.
I tell you, another intangible, and Coach Moore is right. I know Michigan travels well, but this will be like the reversal of the big house. USC packs that stadium, like you do at the big house, and it will be a pro USC crowd. So I think the two that we saw like that was Nebraska and Oklahoma, but SC crowd is a little different too. They're kind of old school rowdy kind of guy. All the pageantry again. You're gonna see the Trojan horse and everything. You might look over there and see Marcus Allen and see all their stars and all of that. So they're gonna come out.
Hey, that's 60 years ago. Ain't nobody gonna remember who that is. I'm just letting you know.
They know who Marcus Allen is.
They gonna know who that is.
Absolutely, they do know who Marcus Allen is.
If you want to say my point exactly. Now, when they see Reggie Bush over there, they gonna say,
okay,
"Oh, Reggie Bush." But Marcus Allen gonna say, "Who that old guy over there?" I'm not trying to dog anybody out. You gotta remember.
Well, there's going to be a lot of that going on as well.
Right. I got you.
Whomever, Ty, what's the whomever. There's going to be a ton of SC alumni all along the sidelines and everywhere, young, old, and in between. And you might even, they don't know Anthony Munoz, huh? But
I don't know who that is either.
I do. He played for the Bengals.
Well, my goodness, Angelique, look at you. Keep telling your age. Stop it.
I don't care. I'm a Bengals fan. He's great.
That save you, and you're trying to bathe in the water.
They got a plethora of. They got a plethora of high-profile football players at USC as well. So, and they do the same thing. They bring them back in full force, and that damn horse running around with the little arrow and all that. And all
I
that
love that. I love dun 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 dun. Hey, whatever.
Right. Rodney Pete. Would they know Rodney Pete?
No, hell no. They don't know Rodney Pete. Anybody know who the hell Rodney Pete is? Isn't that some actress's husband?
Hey, I'll put it this way. I bet the California kids know who I'm mentioning.
Okay. I how many California kids we got, Angelique? Tom Brady ain't there no more.
I mean, 8 kids from California.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
8 kids.
Oh, so you're saying the Michigan guys don't know that many, so it ain't gonna affect them.
All I'm saying is you just said all the kids that we had, the kids that were after us, who we know, who we thought that, okay, these are good guys. I'm just saying, I'm not disrespecting Marcus Allen.
No. Oh, what about what's the receiver with the Cowboys Jets on TV all the time now, podcast.
Show me the damn ball.
Yeah. They know him. I can't think of his name right now. Former Jet, played with the.
You can't even think of his name. You can't even think of his name.
That just proved the point, huh?
I think of now, more recently, is Mark Sanchez. I mean,
oh my God, yeah, they don't
want
that.
They don't want that. They
don't want that out. You don't want. Hey, you won't see him out on bail.
Well,
Angelique, I appreciate your time. I know you got to get to your plane, and we need to get to a break. But hey, have fun out there and stay safe.
Thank you.
Have fun, homegirl.
I'll send your love out there to USC for you, Larry. I know you love them.
Oh God, my homegirl took a shot.
She did. Shots fired. Shots fired.
All right.
We're gonna go to a break, and when we come back, we got Clayton Sayfie on the other side of the glass, and he'll be here. No, he's not going to be here. Excuse me. We will call him on the phone. You're listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050.
This is the M Zone.
And welcome back to the M Zone. Jamie Morris, my man Derek Laughlin on the other side of the glass. And you got the guy who can crush him on counter plays. Remember that counter play you used to run? You come down that lane, Larry Lee hits him out, knocks him out, and you get up inside there. That's reading that block, baby. Larry Lee's over on the other side of over there in Monroe, in his house. And joining us is Clayton Safey from the Wolverine.com, Michigan on 3. What's up, Clayton? How you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm actually on the way back from Chicago, Big Ten Basketball Media Day, and then go to Los Angeles tomorrow. So it's a heck of a week, James.
That's a hell of a turnaround for you, bro. Why didn't you leave from Chicago to go to LA?
Yeah, it's tough travel logistics with the flights. You know, it was already booked out to LA. We're on a direct flight, so we're all good. All
right. I'm just worried about you. You know how I get. You could have went out there, seen Harbaugh's new Palacio place and everything like that. See, you know how that is. I was just trying to get you out. But Clayton,
I love it.
All I'm gonna ask you, Clayton, the teams that travel west, they don't tend to win the whole lot, Clayton. And this USC team, although they lost a couple weeks ago, I mean, they're not a team to play around with. And I have the thought that this defense can get after their quarterback and probably put him down on the ground a couple times and put the fear of ghost in it that he's going to get hit. But what about this offense? I know that they're working on this offense, the offensive line. They're also trying to, get a running game going. So can this offense take on this defense, USC's defense, and, score some points?
Yeah. And you're right. 6-22 was the record last year for Big Ten teams going across multiple time zones. So
6-22.
They didn't fare well. A lot of those wins came from Oregon because they had an incredible season in the regular season. And then this year so far, 5-5, so a little bit better, but smaller sample size, right? We've seen some teams go out to UCLA and win. We've also seen Penn State, though, go out to UCLA and lose. Now, I think that had something to do with their spirit being broken against Oregon the week before, but still, that's a heck of a data point there going out west. So it's not easy to do. Michigan's had a tough time doing so over the years. They haven't won out there since 1989 against UCLA. So it's a challenge. Now, will history play into it? I don't know. I think Michigan made the right call by going out there a day early, traveling out on Thursday as opposed to Friday like they did last year. As you kind of alluded to earlier, right? They're practicing at the Chargers practice facility. I think that's a really cool thing that they're able to do given the connection with Jim Harbaugh and his staff. So I like all that. Defense travels typically, and I agree with you. I think that this is easily the best defense that UCLA will have played all season long. USC will have played all season long. And I think this is a really good and dynamic USC offense. But at the same time, they're dealing with some injuries up front on the offensive line. Jaden Mayava, their quarterback, has done really well, but has not really been pressured much. Kind of like a conversation you and I had a couple weeks ago before the Nebraska game. Raiola was doing really well, but he hadn't been pressured. And it's different once you got pressure in your face. So I think that Michigan could be able to get after him there. I'm just with you, Jamie. I'm waiting for that offensive breakout game where they're really firing on all cylinders. We haven't seen it yet against the Power 4 team. If you think back to the Oklahoma game, we all know the offense really wasn't there in that game. The Nebraska game, they ran the ball well and had those long runs by Justice Haynes, Jordan Marshall, Bryce Underwood, but the passing game really wasn't there as much. And then the Wisconsin game, kind of some clunkiness, right? They didn't pick up some short yardage situations. They had some drops, which have really become a staple of this team, unfortunately. So they've got to get it where they can have a complete game on offense. And could they score 35 or 38 if they need to in this game, or is it all going to be riding on the defense playing an elite game? That's a big question for me. I think the defense is capable of holding USC to few enough points where if the offense plays solid, they can win. But you don't want it to have to come down to that every single game. Like last year when it was either the defense showed up and played like the top 3 defense in the country or you lose. Now, they did that in some of those big games, Alabama, Ohio State, but you need a little bit of a margin for error there. The offense has to be able to help them out, and this would be a perfect opportunity for the offense to break out.
Yeah, I mean, when you're listening to Clayton Sayfie. Clayton, look, I don't know a lot about USC. I know that I know that the coaches are sparring a little bit over, the game is sold out, it's not sold out, blah, 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 whatever. I mean, You're going to have a strong contingency of USC fans. I get that, but you're going to have a big contingency of Michigan fans because Michigan carries well out out in California. You know that as well as I do. When we go to Rose Bowls and bowl games, I've seen it. So if the USC fans think that they have something good, I think that stadium could be 60-40 USC, but you're going to have a large contingency of Michigan fans.
I think you're right, and that's going to help. I think it's going to help a lot because think of it last year. There were a lot of Michigan fans at Washington, and that was an extremely loud environment. I remember before I got on my flight back from Seattle last year, the next morning, this is before I fly, and sometimes the ears hurt when you fly. This is before my ears were hurting. And I'm like, what happened? It's like, oh, it was an open air press box, and it was really darn loud in there. So, but at the same time, there were thousands and thousands of Michigan fans there who were making a ton of noise once Ernest Hausmann had his interception, and it looked like Michigan was going to have an opportunity to win that game. And we had a meetup the day before for some of our subscribers at thewolverine.com, and a lot of those people that were there, Michigan fans, were from Southern California. They were waiting for Michigan to come out to the West Coast. They're willing to travel. Now Michigan's going to those people. There's a lot of alumni around the state of California in general. There are plenty spread out throughout the West Coast. There are a lot of Midwest Michigan fans that want to make a trip like this, especially the first time Michigan's played at the Coliseum since 1957 when they won 16-6. So it's going to be a large Michigan contingent, and when the momentum swings in USC's favor, which is going to at some point, it won't be as loud as it was at Nebraska or Oklahoma. And when Michigan gets the momentum like they did late in the game against Washington, but they squandered the opportunity, it's going to get pretty loud in there in Michigan's favor too. So that could be a factor for Michigan. I think that Michigan is going to be comfortable on the road, as comfortable as you could be, considering you've already played in 2 more raucous environments at Oklahoma and Nebraska.
Right.
So they're prepared. They're ready to go. I think that they have a better plan for how to manage and navigate the West Coast travel this year. I give Sharon Moore a lot of credit for kind of learning from his experiences. He's a young head coach. He's new to this. He's only in his 2nd year, and he's willing to make a lot of these adjustments with schedule and everything else. So it bodes well. But at the same time, you just got to go out there and play well too, and you got to be the better team. And maybe USC doesn't have its A game. All those things still apply. But in terms of getting yourself ready for this game and being ready for the moment and having the crowd help you out a little bit, Michigan's in a good spot there.
A lot of coaches have been talking about, travel, all of those things. They're not trying to make excuses. They're just telling us about it. You know what I'm saying? All the things they got to get up early. They got to play at this time, that time. I mean, Sharon Moore didn't make it an issue. He said, this is why we got these 4 teams, and we look forward to playing them, right?
Yeah, and why don't you go ahead and name names? Is that James Franklin you're talking about?
Yes.
He made every excuse in the book, and then he said that he wasn't going to make any excuses, but he had about a 5-minute opening statement at his press conference.
He did.
And he ran into that UCLA juggernaut. No, I'm just joking.
Right. Winless UCLA.
Right.
Oh, Clayton, you don't know Big Sweet went to UCLA, so I just wanted you to know that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Come on, brother. Hey. Take it easy on me.
Heck of a win. I'm happy for you guys. That was awesome.
It was have you been out to the Coliseum before?
No, not yet. So this will be the first time. I'm really excited. I think it's going to be a cool venue. I imagine you've been there, obviously. So What's it like?
Yeah. I played all my home games there back in the day, and it's not necessarily aesthetically, awesome stadium, but it's just the nostalgia. That's what I was telling Angelique a while ago. It's the nostalgia, having the Olympics there and all the UCLA, USC games, the Rams games over the years. Even the Dodgers played there for a minute. So, yeah, you're going to enjoy the nostalgia of the stadium.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, how do you see this game going?
Yeah, I think, I think that Michigan on offense is going to be able to run the football pretty effectively.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at the run defense for USC, when you watch their games, and even against Michigan State, who didn't really run the ball all that well, and they're not a good rush offense. I don't think they have very good running backs and an offensive line that really struggled. And you watch the Illinois game against USC as well. There's just a lot of room to run on those guys. And I don't know what it is. I mean, I know USC plays a similar style of defense to Michigan where they don't really load the box all that much. They want to play with a nickel back. They want to play with 4 linemen, 2 linebackers. And, I just feel like there was a lot of room to run. There was a lot of defensive backs for USC having a tough time getting off their blocks in the screen game, in the outside run game, and things like that. So I think Michigan can move the football on this team, especially on the ground. I think Bryce Underwood is getting better by the week, and you're starting to see some wide receivers step up. Donovan McCulley, Andrew Marsh. I mean, that was huge. I mean, coming into last week's game against Wisconsin, you're sitting there, and I know Wisconsin doesn't have a great secondary, but you're sitting there thinking, man, I mean, this receiving core is a real problem, and how much better is it going to get? And then you leave that game thinking, okay, they may have something here. You got to continue to feed Donovan McCulley. You got to continue to get the football to Andrew Marsh, who really emerged and is a good pass catcher, in terms of actually hauling it in, which is important. So they found something there, I think. Defensively, again, USC hasn't been tested to the extent that they will be on Saturday with the talent and the system that Michigan brings out there under Wink Martindale. So if they can pressure Jaden Mayava, I think they have a shot at kind of making this their type of game. And Lou Esposito, Michigan's defensive line coach, was talking yesterday about the tougher team's going to win this game, not the team with the most flash and everything. And you're thinking about it, if Michigan can go out there and play their brand of football, which is the toughness aspect of it, and then maybe USC's a little more of the flash, then I think they have a heck of a chance. So what is the number that you got to hold USC to? Is it 24? Is it 30? I'm not exactly sure. But I do think Michigan's defense is going to show up in this game. But they have some tremendous weapons, USC does. The running backs are good. The tight end's good. Mekhi Lemon, the wide receiver, is one of the best in the Big Ten. So it's going to be a big challenge.
Again, you're listening to – oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Larry.
I was going to say, I'm still just getting used to, we're talking about SC, and then you said, the tight end in the Big Ten. I got to get used to that. I'm not used to that yet.
Right. It is weird. I mean, the fact that Michigan and USC are playing 2 years in a row in the regular season is kind of crazy. Only 3 times in history have these two teams played in the regular season. Michigan's won all 3, coincidentally, but USC has had the edge in the Rose Bowl. The fact that Michigan and USC are playing on, October 11th or whatever it's going to be, and last year was on September 21st, it's just a weird reality that we're in. And the fact that these coaches are used to going out west, and the West Coast coaches are used to coming to the Midwest now, and they're trying to figure out what the best routine is. Like, the fact that that's a talking point in the middle of the Big Ten season it still takes some getting used to, I would say.
It does. It really does on my behalf. And, I remember as a player, and Jamie, you probably allude to this as well. It was kind of tough. You ever play one of them Monday night games on the West Coast? Mm-hmm. It wears you out, man. It really does. And take away the youth, the young guys going out there and seeing, like we said, Hollywood and wherever they're going to be in the hills and the mountains and the oceans and the traffic. Don't forget the traffic. And, it's a different experience for a regular season game. Yep. So You got anything you want to do particularly out there?
Man, what should I do?
You gonna go get you a burger? You gonna go get you a fat burger?
I'm gonna go get an In-N-Out burger.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that. I think. What do we do? I think we got to find a way to watch the Tigers on Friday night for sure.
Do you have a bar for them, Larry, to go to?
Are you staying near the airport? Are you staying near the airport?
Staying near the airport. Yep.
There's a few places along Century Boulevard right there where the airport is, and if you go away from the airport on Century Boulevard, you'll easily find somewhere to hang out. There's a lot of great sports bars, or you can go over to over in Ladera Heights or Inglewood, right over there. A lot of great places over there. So you're about 5-10 minutes from Inglewood, and a lot of great places. But you got to get a fat burger. I highly suggest a fat burger.
That's a Fat Burger's a restaurant, or you just
it's a they call it the last great hamburger stand, and it's they got restaurants all over LA, and they're known for their great juicy hamburgers. Man, you got to get a fat burger. Or if you're up near Hollywood, you got to go to Pink's. Pink's is a famous Coney Island place that's been there since 1920 or something like that. And when you go there, any time of day or night, because they're open 24 hours, you might see any celebrity you want to see in line. And it's another nostalgia place in LA called Pink's Hot Dogs.
Okay. All right. I love it. I appreciate the recommendation. Yeah, and I bet some Michigan fans that are listening are coming out too. So hopefully they can get some of these iconic spots up. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Well, Clayton, you go out there, you be safe and be good, and don't tell anybody you're from Michigan because they'll beat you up there.
Hey, I love it. Well, thanks for having me. Appreciate it, and I'm sure I'll talk to you next week. But go Tigers! We got the best pitcher in baseball going tomorrow.
See, that right there. That's what I'm talking about. He didn't give up on him. I'm just saying, Clayton, you keep that enthusiasm.
Let's go.
All right.
Keep up, Jamie.
Exactly. That's Clayton Safey from On 3. You better love him, man, because he's a real Tiger fan right there. Everybody else, I don't think. I'm moving on to hockey, James. I'm sorry. I'm going to move on to hockey, man. I can't do it. Man. I can't cheer for him no more. All right. Yeah, more room for me. That's all I'm saying. I ain't even a fan. Y'all let me on the boat. See, look at that.
Yeah,
we got to go to a break. You guys know what it is when it's Thursday at 5. You know what it is. It's Bottom Line with Thomas Gwines on the other side. So with that being said, yes,
the man
here. He's here.
The myth, the legend.
There he is, right there. Go ahead, Thomas.
The big dog.
Hey. I just want to let y'all know I'm happy to be back. Let's talk about some great Michigan football. Let's get after it.
All of that on the other side. You're listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050. Sweet, can you hear?
It still shows me.
He hears you.
Oh, okay.
You're just backstage. Okay, now he can see you.
Yeah,
now he can see you.
Big bro, what's going on?
I'm good,
hey,
man. You know, TG, man, you need one of them sexy late night, one of them radio shows.
Wow.
Listen to him, man. He got the hey. I know. Listen, this is tough.
Women be sitting. Wait a minute. Women be sitting underwear to him at nighttime. I mean, hey, you don't need all that trouble.
That's a big dog.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just want y'all to know it's the Bottom Line with Thomas Gwines.
Get all sexy. Get all sexy.
Hey, big bro.
Yeah.
When your boy said, "Is that a restaurant? Is that a hamburger?" Talking about I look at Jamie with utter disgust.
Fat,
Bro, I wanted to
it
flip
is
this whole
called Fat
desk over.
Burger.
Dude, what you want me to do?
Dog, I wanted to flip this whole
He ain't-
desk
wait a minute,
over.
He ain't never had.
Hey,
He ain't never heard of it.
Look, everybody knows about
Never
Fat
been to
Burger.
the West Coast. Maybe he ain't been out to the West Coast.
Look, I'm gonna need for him to get
He
his
just
sky.
left Chicago. That's probably further west he's ever been.
I need for him to get his sky miles up.
He said he'd never been to the Coliseum, so maybe
That's what I'm saying.
I ain't never been to the Coliseum, but I done had a guy start a Fat Burger.
I know that's a staple in LA.
Dude, I gotta go to Fat Burger. I gotta go to Roscoe's.
Right. Roscoe, Pink's. You know,
Come
you
on
ever
now.
go to Pink's?
I have not been to Pink's, but I have been to In-N-Out.
Roscoe's is too.
Oh yeah.
Commercial.
You know, to me, In-N-Out's so overrated. I'm not an
I
In-N-Out
never said
guy.
it was good. Now I'm just saying.
Right. I'm not an In-N-Out guy.
Look, boy.
Yeah.
20 years ago, I love me some In-N-Out. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm not an In-N-Out guy.
I'm not eating that horse meat no more. Not anymore.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, when I'm in LA during the winter, I gotta get a Fat Burger at least once a week.
Oh, dog. It's like saying you come to Ann Arbor, and you've never been to Blimpies.
Where?
Okay.
Blimpies.
I'm just joking.
Oh, dog.
I'm joking with you. You know I'm joking with you.
Yeah, you gotta get a Fat Burger.
Hey,
I set a record at Blinkies for the shortest football player. How many I had?
Hey, bro. Look, they try to get my pressure up over here with their lack of culinary experiences.
But you know, Fat Burger. Roscoe's is not the same anymore for a bunch of reasons.
A lot of great places that we grew up on are not the same, especially after COVID.
Well, it's been bought out by some people of a different persuasion, and they are.
Well, whatever you
They
say,
are
I'm listening to you. At least five of them.
I know they are, and they removed everything that had Obama's name on it. They removed all kind of stuff, man. That's all I got. You know,
I'm just definitely a big proponent of when we build, whatever it is that we build, make sure that for whatever reason, if you sell, if it financially makes sense, make sure you sell it to someone that understands the legacy and the heritage that goes along with your creation.
Well, they did not do that in this case.
Well,
yeah. So
say la vie. Look, I'm happy I got there when I did because the
me
rice
and you both. I love some Roscoe.
Right.
Yeah, because the rice and gravy was A1 over there.
The rice and gravy and the waffles and the pancakes.
Oh man, you just give me a pecan waffle with the
come on now, pecan waffle. Oh no, you preaching to the choir.
Hey, I kind of tried to tell y'all. Hey, I'm worldwide, locally accepted.
This man indicted Lakeisha James.
Oh yeah, that's.
I'm done.
Yeah, it's a different day and time, brother.
They gonna learn today. Talking about fat burger. Is that a hamburger? I don't care.
He's young.
I don't care. Hey, he better listen to some Snoop and some Dre.
Hey, that's like Jamie said. If I mention Marcus Allen at USC, he said these guys won't know who that is.
Kids ain't gonna know who that is.
Man, look.
You know how that is. Yeah.
I don't.
We are in a society of me, my. What's it got to do with me?
Look, all
They
I
know Marcus Allen though.
All I know is this: when I wanted to go to SC, I knew who Anthony Munoz was. I knew who Marcus Allen was. I knew all those. I knew about when SC played Alabama to break the college racial barrier.
Exactly.
And SC let the Crimson Tide get that business.
Yep. That's right.
That's
right.
What running back was it?
It was what's the name's brother?
Stop it. You know. Come on with it.
Yeah, it was
what's his name? You want me to give it to you?
Yeah.
Sam Cunningham.
Sam Bam Cunningham. That's who it was. Yep, Sam the Bam.
All right, I'm ready, dog.
This is the M Zone.
And welcome back to the M Zone. Jamie Morris. That would be Derek Laughlin on the other side of the glass. And, you know, the guy that blocks who can knock him out. Knock him out. The one guy that we can say, the Bears, the 85 Bears, they're not undefeated because of one guy in our room right here is Larry Lee. He was a god. He was a god, and he was putting it on him. He was putting it on him. So, hey, I love that. I talk about that like big. You act like you was there. I was. I watched the whole game that night. I stayed up.
I appreciate the love, my brother. Appreciate the love.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is this. You hurt my feelings with that one. I thought we was going to do it. I stayed up.
Oh, that's why you bear guy. That's why bear down.
As a Chicago native, I was like, well.
That was the one team that we knew that could get them. If that team does not get them, they're undefeated. They tie the 72 Miami Dolphins.
You know what's funny? You heard me say this, James. That was the easiest game plan I ever heard of in football, ever went through in football. You know what we did, TG? We had the first 5 linemen took the first 5, whoever came. You know, the 4 down linemen, 3 and then wherever they blitzed from, Marino just threw hot to where they blitzed from. You can't cover and blitz at the same time.
Make them linebackers cover them wide receivers.
Make them linebackers cover, and that's all we did all night long.
It's all about matchups, right?
Yeah.
But this is what I'm gonna say about matchups. Where's my theme music at?
I'm sorry. We'll come back.
No.
We'll come back with it. That's my fault. That ain't Derek's fault.
I didn't say
that's
it.
my fault. I'll get that taken care of.
I didn't say
we're gonna handle it.
I didn't say
we
it
are.
was fault.
We are.
You gotta do like I do. I sing my own. Lovely day, lovely day, lovely day.
He does.
I got you, TG. I'll get you. I'll get it.
He's gonna get it. We're gonna get you.
I appreciate the.
So we're doing the segment Bottom Line with Thomas Gwines, and here is Thomas Gwines.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I want to say it's a privilege and an honor to be back here in the studio with 2 of my big bros, gentlemen that I hold in very high regard and esteem. Hey, we got a homecoming victory over the Badgers from Wisconsin. It looked a little bit sketchy there for a minute, but, you know, we got it together as the game progressed. J-Mo, there were some things in there that caused me some pause, some perplexities, if you will. Yeah, I just wanted to say perplexities.
I know that. I know exactly that.
Oh my goodness.
That's the way we offensive linemen speak.
Hey, you know, hey, the most athletic and the smartest.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hey, so just a couple things of which I want to touch on. So my overall grade for the offensive line is going to be a C, and I felt like I'm being generous with that. And the reason for the C is that even though we did have some big runs in that game, we failed, especially on short yardage, to really dominate the line of scrimmage. I'm still not seeing us change the line of scrimmage. We did give up the 1 sack. Movement-wise, in the pass pro, we had some great moments in there where Bryce had all day to throw the ball. Then we had some other moments where he was under duress. And when I go back and I look at the film, a lot of it really just boils back down to not being sound within your technique on pass pro. So just a few notes that I got here. On 31 in the first quarter, with 1 minute and 30 seconds left, we can't get 1 yard. Absolutely no push up front, and penetration ended up on 4th down punting situation. Second quarter, 2nd down and 2 with 13:28 left in the quarter. We had some penetration in the backfield, stopped us for no gain on that play. So again, when I'm looking at what we're doing in the run game, and I'm still not convinced, are we a zone team? Are we a gap team at this particular juncture of the season? We're still getting that penetration up front. I don't know if that's going to be a MA or a missed assignment, or again, just unsound blocking techniques. 1st down and 10 in the second quarter with 7 minutes and 12 seconds left. The line does a great job as far as providing that pocket for the quarterback. So they're again, it's not all doom and gloom, and that's also another piece that brings me frustration when I sit back and watch the film is that we got 5 guys that can do it, but Big Sweet, as you know, it comes back down to consistency up front. The sun shines on the dogs behind every once in a while. And that's what I'm looking for is consistency within our pass pro. And how do we finish within the run game? Are we changing the line of scrimmage? Are we putting guys on their back? Or are we stalemating at the line of scrimmage and trying to manufacture holes, i.e. just swinging our butt in a particular hole, causing the running back to not have that two-way go, but forcing that running back to go in a particular direction. What else we got here? Third quarter, 8 minutes, 19 seconds left, and it's 1st and 10. We end up with a 4 to 5 yard tackle for loss in the backfield. Again, completely unacceptable. So, and also let's touch back base on this one as well, because it's part of the offensive line play. Field goal PAT. What's going on with the snaps? Zavada, very, very consistent kicker, misses one, pushes wide left. Zavada has a great leg, has shown great range, but we've had a couple of sketchy snaps. And even on the one that he missed, the holder did a great job of recovering the ball, getting it up for Zavada to have an opportunity to make that field goal. I'm not sure if the muff snap, if you will, threw off the timing, if you will, but I still felt like that was a very makeable kick from a very makeable distance for a kicker of his caliber. So twists, penetration in the run game, what I would unfortunately say, and ineptness within our short yardage game, those were the things that stuck out the most to me. Again, we did have some bright spots in there with our running backs getting some long runs in there, Bryce getting some long runs. But some of these things, I feel as the season continues to mature and the competition begins to step up for us, there's going to be some things that could bite us in the butt and cost us a game.
I'm going to say this. They came off of a bye week.
Mm-hmm.
Michigan traditionally isn't good in a bye week after a bye game. That being said, that team did not look like it was ready to take the field. Just looking at it, the way they played,
right.
Wisconsin did bring the wood, and they didn't expect them. They should have expected them to.
Why wouldn't
I get it. They should have, but it's like they were lazy. They watched the film. The film didn't look as the last game.
It's one of those expected wins, but is that a lack of leadership, senior leadership in that locker room, or this is also Coach Moore's first game back?
Yeah, it is actually Coach Moore's game back, back.
So in my opinion, and I'm not a huge proponent of excuses because every game matter. I don't care if we're playing the Little Sisters of the Poor and Blind. We got to show up and be the Michigan that we are supposed to be. So bye week, everybody should have been rested.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Moore's first game back. Hey, let's go out here and let's go do it for Coach. As a senior and upperclassman, it's homecoming week. I'd be damned if I lose my homecoming game. That's going to mess up the whole night. So we trying to groove.
As I said, these young men are young men that when we were young men at times, we had our problems.
I get it. I'm just more of, we don't have the horses to have the luxury of coming out in a lackadaisical fashion.
You're right.
And to still pull off a W.
Here's the thing. Thank God it was Wisconsin.
That's
what I'm saying. Thank God it was Wisconsin. They knew that they had better talent. They knew that they were a better team than them. But Wisconsin almost pulled off. Pulled it off. I agree with you and everything from the offensive line not doing what they're supposed to do
at all.
It was like, wow, we regressed after we progressed.
Correct.
During those 2 games that the head coach wasn't there. And
which is a whole nother rabbit hole that we could delve into.
Right.
But I'm looking for the guys up front. And Big Sweet, you know how it is. I don't care if you're a senior, but if you're a guy that played a lot and you understand what it means to be an offensive lineman and you understand what that struggle is about, the only player on the field that never leaves the field, the only player that has to play with his back to the ball.
Right.
There's something to take pride in when it comes to that. There's something about looking at my 4 other brothers in that huddle and being afraid of, I don't want to be that weak link. Because I know if we're not working in synergistic concert, oh wow, synergistic.
Wow. That's some band crap there, Big Sweet. He just dropped it. Synergistic.
Oh my God.
I just got a 12th grade education. That's all. Oh, that must be some music stuff.
Okay. Yes, sir.
So going back to my point, you don't want to be that Pistons that is not firing.
Right.
So
exactly. Yeah.
That to me comes back down to the cohesiveness as a unit. I think I personally feel like these guys got enough snaps together right now where we should be moving in a more efficacious way than what we're doing right now from technique and responsibility. And dare I say toughness.
Wait, back up. I'm stuck at efficacious.
Oh, lie, baby. It's what we do.
I'm stuck at efficacious.
Hey, look. Hey, the only position that can call the quarterback off. No, the mic is over this way, dum-dum.
I get what you're saying, and I know where you come from. You're everything is. You got to remember, we don't know what sparks these kids that make them want to be those O linemen that you once were.
But again, the simple thing that should be able to spark everyone, winning.
Is that Big Ten championship.
Is winning.
I get that.
When you win as a team, there is enough. Everybody eats. When that 97 team won the national championship, when the 23 team, 23, right?
It was 23.
Okay, when the 20, I'm getting old. That CRS, that CTE kicks in every once in a while. But when that 23 team won the natty, how many kids went in the draft?
I got you.
So it's and what makes it even more frustrating is that you still have a lot of guys from that 23 team. They understand what it means and what has to be done in order to get back to that level of play. Now, do I honestly believe we had that same amount of talent that we once had?
He want to pop in and help.
Okay, I'm gonna let. I just want to say this. I don't necessarily believe we have the same amount of talent as that team did.
That's true.
But we got some horses.
We do.
So let them bad boys run. All right, big bro, I'm gonna turn it over to you. Talk to me.
No, I'm just gonna say there's another intangible that could possibly happen. He's still young, but eventually, how many great or damn good quarterbacks you played with, and I know the ones I played with, they will be the difference maker from the line that it might be struggling or could get closer. For instance, and I know it's professional, but you have the same kind of mentality in a Bryce Underwood, a team leader, best of the best, absolute phenom. When we were in Miami and you did not play well, Marino would let you know.
Yeah.
He would let you know. Hey, let that MF get in here again and that kind of thing. I think Bryce is going to mature to eventually be that kind of guy. He's not there yet. But that's an intangible that will help offensive lines gel a little bit better too. When your quarterback gets in your face, or your quarterback says, "Hey, they're getting too close to me," or they put a hand on me, or he's gonna get that cocky little scenario, whatever you want to call it, in his head eventually, and that's going to be a difference maker as well.
So I'm just going to address that on the flip side of that same coin.
Okay.
Scott Dreisbach.
Mm-hmm.
I love Scott Dreisbach.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't because Scott needed to get on our butt. For me, I took it personal because I genuinely like me some Scott Dreisbach. Can't touch my quarterback. And I'm not saying I was perfect all the time as far as assignments and keeping Scott. We all faltered at some point in time. But because of the fact that I had a genuine love for my quarterbacks, that from Scotty Dries, Greasy was just comical to me. Todd Collins, who was older than me, and I was a younger offensive lineman that was starting. But again, it's about being a part of that team, that offensive unit, and not wanting to be the weak link.
Exactly.
That was the pressure that I put on myself because I didn't want to be in that film room watching film and everything's going great. And then 75 has some level of mishap. Now everybody's turning. Like, dude, if it wasn't for you, we could have done X.
And then run it back 4 or 5 times.
I
get it.
Right.
I get it.
And they would run it back.
And keep running it back.
And keep running it back.
Yeah.
And that would be on your head that entire week until you're able to come back out. And hopefully, because it wasn't guaranteed, depending on the egregiousness of your mess up, hopefully you had an opportunity to come out and redeem yourself. So
speaking of, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Speaking of that, I know it's kind of off subject and it's a little different. So, what about the incident that happened out with the Cardinals and your team, where the coach that had it? Boy, that couldn't have happened in our day. I don't believe. Correct.
I firmly believe because of we're going to go down a societal rabbit hole right now. I think the caliber of XY chromosome Homo sapien that has been created over the last 25 to 30 years is different than Gen Xers and Boomers.
Right.
Because simply put, I'm still a grown-ass man.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if you need to get on me for my mishap, was that player wrong? Wrong is 2 left shoes, right? It's not about you. It's about the team. Get into the end zone. Act like you've been there before. All the stuff that we've heard from all of our old-time coaches. I get it. But you come over to the sideline and you try to piece me up
I know.
in a physical manner, and people need to come back and understand this. The only thing that allows people like that coach to do the things that he does or did are the niceties that we have put within this societal construct that we now live in today. You take it back a few hundred years ago, and it was survival of the fittest. Only the big dogs eat.
Yeah.
And it goes back to what Mike Tyson used to say. Hey, man, you punch a person in the mouth, and that definitely is an attention getter, right? So if you feel like you can do this, be ready for whatever those repercussions are.
Exactly. I'm glad, because I wanted to ask you two both, that question. Yeah.
My whole thing is that we wouldn't have talked about that if this has been in the 80s.
Oh yeah.
We wouldn't. It was per usual. I'm just saying, in my time, if a coach grabbed your face mask, you ain't say nothing to that. You stand down. I'm sorry, you did. Now, if a coach put his hands on you,
totally different thing.
That's a different thing.
When Jerry Hanlon used to grab Greg Skrepnik, who is my other big bro, who wore 75 before me, and I would hear those stories how little Jerry would grab Scrap's face mask and bring Scraps almost 7 foot, 400 pounds down to Jerry's side.
Yes.
And Jerry was the size of a garden gnome. Right,
Jerry's my height.
Well, then
I love me some Jerry Hanlon too. By the way,
but Jerry Hanlon is that guy.
Right.
Moeller and Lloyd used to walk around the football building and punch us all in the stomach.
Yeah,
you got to be tough, huh? And just steal on you.
Right.
But it wasn't done in a disrespectful fashion.
Exactly.
It was within the culture that we grew up in. I think what took place on that sideline is that as a professional head coach in the NFL, you should remain professional. Because I question, would you have done that in the locker room, in the privacy of the locker room?
Okay, yeah.
Because
he wouldn't have done that in the locker room. Look,
but why?
Look.
But why? Just answer this.
He got fired back on. He got fired back on.
Exactly. Shots fired. Shots fired.
So which is my point. As a society,
did you see the offensive lineman holding him?
Right.
Okay, I'm just saying. What the hell are you holding him for? Let me go.
Well, because as an offensive lineman and a teammate, I don't want any further distractions to take place on my team. Publicly, what happens in that locker room is family business. Everything that transpired on that sideline was for public consumption.
I'm going to say this. Bill Parcells, and I know Coach Parcells through my brother Joe. The one thing that Bill Parcells, he would say things, players would fire back right at Bill. But Bill didn't take that smack, and they didn't take that smack.
But again, you look at the players that Bill coached. Those were savages.
Right, but I'm saying, even if they messed up, because even Lawrence Taylor messed up, and Bill got after Lawrence. Right. Lawrence got right back after him and said, I'm doing my D job.
Right.
You do yours.
Right. And in the same light, Don Shula was that way. I played for Don Shula. Don Shula would get on you,
coaches,
but you know what?
Expecting you to fire back.
But again,
Don expected you to fire back, and if you didn't, he would question your manhood.
Exactly.
But again, that was the era that we grew up and played in. This is an entirely different era.
They shouldn't have touched that young man.
He got that
$100,000 fine. That ain't enough.
Well,
you don't fire, because that just shows those coaches, whoever's coaching little league kids, gonna say, I can do that.
All I'm saying is this. I 100% agree. You don't put hands on another man without expecting some level of consequences and repercussions.
Right. But they did take care of him monetarily.
I mean, I get it, but what's $100,000 to a head coach?
No. I'm saying they took care of the young man monetarily.
Okay.
So he got that $100,000. I don't know where it went, but it's in somebody's pocket.
Yeah. All that to be said.
Okay.
Keep your hands to yourself. Right. If you got some things that you need to work out, as men sometimes need to work out, you do that within the privacy of the home, so to speak.
In the family, right?
You keep that in the
locker
family.
room.
You take that behind the woodshed, and we work that out.
Because he didn't want to get his butt whooped.
But which is my point, and I feel like that makes it even more of a punk move. If it wasn't for the niceties of society, we wouldn't be where we're at.
Okay, so we got to go to a break. Big Sweet, you're circling right there. You lost something.
We lost the feed.
Yeah. Come back with us. We're going to go to a break, and it's your opportunity to talk to Thomas Gwines with Bottom Line with Thomas Gwines. On the other side, you're listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050. Thank you.
Clear on radio.
There you are, Big Sweet. I thought you were circling.
I lost it for a while. I don't know if it's...
It wasn't me. I didn't try to take you
out. No, I don't know. The internet, I don't know. Gremlins.
It was a glitch in the Matrix.
Yes.
1050. I got to fucking figure that out.
Oh, yeah, man. That wouldn't have happened back in the day. You don't
No, you don't put hands on nobody, man. Especially on that dude. I would have jumped out the stands, went down there. You touched my brother Joe? Are you serious?
But I mean, I always go back to this. If you act like you would have been there before and scored.
Right.
That kid was so excited. I get it. He didn't score either.
Right.
He didn't score. Everybody was trying to get it.
Boy.
But I'll say this. Coaches know who to do it to and who not to do it to.
100%. Imagine doing that to an Ndamukong Suh.
Oh, no.
Right?
Coaches know who to do it to. That's all I'll say. They know who to do it to.
I'm still mad he didn't know about Fat Burger.
Double king chili cheese, bacon, and egg, baby.
Man, you better play with it. You better play with it. So what's even funnier about that is that that's what I'm making for dinner tonight is smash burgers.
Okay, yeah.
With some applewood thick cut bacon on a Kaiser roll, with some caramelized onions, with the fried egg, yeah, and some crinkled fries, and some Kool-Aid.
And some Kool-Aid.
Gotta have a Kool-Aid, baby. Grape or red? Grape.
Hey, how old are you, G?
51.
Okay, man. The older you get, I'm leaving that kind of sugar stuff alone. But
look, I ain't making no Kool-Aid. Just trying to give it a story. I'm gonna drink this good old high quality water right here with some fresh squeezed lemon and lime juice.
Go. I'm 66, brother, and my A1C is in control and in check. I'm trying to keep it there.
Look, I ain't trying to lose no toes.
I've lost one.
I ain't trying to be the big Dion.
Yeah, I've lost one, so I that was a wake up call. Yeah, been good ever since.
Health is wealth, and it's I think for a lot of us as former athletes, and especially as offensive linemen, and what's crazy to me on the offensive line side of things is you see offensive linemen look like wide receivers. Like, dude, how would you get that skinny?
I know. I see that a lot of guys. Well, now they got help with Ozempic and all that kind of stuff. A lot of those guys on
my frame is that small. I'm not saying I'm huge all the way.
Are you going to be upset if I'm not on after 5 o'clock tomorrow?
No, sir.
I'll have Miz run the. We didn't play any audio this week, so we can do that too. Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Great.
I got these mother farmers. That's why I don't want to go back. They trying to make me mad, but I'm not getting mad.
I got to go to LA on the 18th, so I'll be out there for 3 days till the 21st. I got
not sure what part of Jamie fucking Morris they didn't understand.
Now, who was that? Farmers? Who did you say? Who was that?
That I'm talking to?
Yeah,
it's my teammates. They're all stupid. They want to be in the parking lot and drink and everything like that. I went like this. You kiss my ass. I ain't drinking with y'all.
I'll drink with you, buddy.
Not with these racist assholes.
Wow.
43 years. I ain't seen them bitches in 43 years.
These your high school guys?
I ain't seen them in 43 years. I know.
They're gonna be ready for you, man.
You
the star.
We're going into the high school, the high school Hall of Fame because we won a state championship.
Okay.
And the screen's on, so I ain't gonna say nothing.
Okay, I respect your gangster.
No, gangster. I'm just trying to help out. I'm trying to be a team player today.
Hey, sometimes you got to take care of yourself before you take care of others.
I've taken care. I'm here.
Okay. As they say, make sure you put your oxygen mask on before trying to help anyone
That's
else.
the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to do that. Hey, these are the ones that help me realize that.
Okay. And just know that your mask may not inflate, but just
stop.
The oxygen is still flowing.
You need to stop.
The other thing, just stay away from the politics subject.
I don't go near that, dog. You know me. I'm good.
All right. So riddle me this. Why can't people have respectful discourse and exchange of ideas and opinions without becoming so emotionally bent out of shape to the point that they start doing silly stuff?
Because it's not the way how it used to be.
Conflict resolution is a lost art.
It is.
And I say the same thing. That's one of my biggest questions. When did having a difference of opinion become hate.
Because
Right.
we didn't believe in what they say. We don't listen. We're changing.
But
narrative.
biblically, we are in the last days.
There it is.
You know,
There it is.
this is the book of Revelations, baby.
I can't hear you yet.
You can't hear me?
No, not right now. He's playing the intro.
Oh, I got you.
Not yet. One more. Here it comes. Now.
This is the M Zone.
And welcome back to the M Zone. Jamie Morris, Derek Laughlin. You got Big Sweet in the house knocking them out. And this is Bottom Line with Thomas Gwines.
I couldn't hear it. Did he get his theme song?
Oh God, yeah. Oh my God.
Hey, look.
And I even kept it at how we come on. We got to have the storm.
Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't hear it. I couldn't hear it.
Stevie Ray came through and did his thing. Thank you, Derek, for blessing us with the good old classic Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't stand it.
You got a lot of people calling you, bro. So 734-998-1050. Hey, Rodney.
How's it going, guys? How are you today? As soon as I heard Stevie Ray, I know who was in the house.
Yeah, that's it, Rodney. Talk to you, bro.
Yeah, I know. So they moved the Tiger game for us, I hear.
Yeah.
8:00.
Tiger game is 8:00. We'll be on tomorrow.
Well, that'll be great because I would have been in the air when they were playing yesterday or tomorrow, so that wouldn't have been very good for me. I would have been upset. I would have missed the whole game.
Definitely don't want that to happen.
No,
I'm glad that you're
you
able
to be upset,
to
brother man.
partake.
We don't want you to be upset, brother man.
What you got for me today, Rodney?
What's the question of the day, my friend?
There is no question of the day. You bottom line with Thomas Gwines. Ask him about the game. Wisconsin, how'd that go?
Go ahead. What do you think of this idea for next year? The Tigers go to grab Trevor Bauer.
I'm not a baseball guy, so I'm gonna leave that up to J-Mo.
I mean, I think that's a good move, Rodney. But this is bottom line with Thomas Gwines. You got a question for the offensive line or anything? You want to talk?
You want to talk some Michigan football?
We could talk some Michigan football. If
Okay.
You'd like. Okay. I think they're going to kill this team. I think USC is going to get out-tracked by a team that doesn't really track. Michigan's going to run the ball right through them.
So
they're just going to line up and just run it right down USC's throat.
So, Rodney, what I do appreciate your optimism, but being the pragmatic pundit that I am, I think it's going to be a more closely contested game than what some people may believe. Especially because
I'm not going to disagree with you on this, because the reason why we're going to be running it down the throats is we're going to eat up a whole bunch of time of possession, and they're going to hit a couple quick hitters here and there and, make it interesting.
Okay. So, I mean, that very well could be the case in point, but I also feel like that our secondary is coming along a little bit more as the season has progressed. The two things in which I'm looking at from the offensive side of the ball is when I watched the Illinois USC game, SC's front seven does not necessarily cause me a bunch of issue, if you will. I don't really see any great pass rushers coming from the SC side of the ball. What I am looking for is our ability to stretch the field and catch the ball. This past weekend, we had a lot of drops, a lot of catches that should have been made that weren't made. So can we stretch the field and can we take advantage of some of those opportunities? Again, to your point, if we're able to grind it out and eat up the clock, obviously that works well in our favor. But I also feel that if our defensive front seven is able to not only just get home, but to keep contained. If you go back and watch the Wisconsin game, Wisconsin got a lot of good yardage, a lot of chunk yardage on the outside once they broke the perimeter. So we have to be able to keep contained and also cut down when we're playing that zone coverage to not make it so easy, so comfortable for those wide receivers just to find their spot and sit down and let the quarterback pick us off.
I think our tight end is going to play a big role in this game.
I hope so. I mean, I'm happy that Klein's back and he's healthy. I think our other tight end, who's a young guy, definitely has a huge upswing to his career as he continues to progress within his maturation process. So I'm looking for big things. Do I think the Wolverines go out to Southern California and bring back a W? Yes, but I don't think it's going to be a shootout, and it's going to be a little bit more closely contested game because you still got to believe. J-Mo, correct me if I'm wrong. What's the time frame that we will fly out to LA? Will we leave on that Friday or leave on a Thursday?
We left today.
Oh, well, there you have it. We left today.
And they're practicing over at the Chargers facility in Los Angeles.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's not like we know anybody at the Chargers.
Exactly.
So that's a good look. So hopefully getting out there, a couple of days earlier, allow our guys to get acclimated to the time change, things of that nature. I'm not a proponent of making excuses when it comes to travel because at the end of the day, the game has to be played. But also, if I had the opportunity to give my team that bit of an advantage, if you will, by getting out a couple of days early, that's also a great move, too, on the coaching staff.
Do you honestly think time change actually plays that big of an issue?
It depends on the individual. When I was playing in NFL Europe and I left Chicago O'Hare and landed in Frankfurt, Germany, and I had to be at practice the next day, I had a great practice. Now, when I went to bed, I went to bed. But when it was time to perform, I believe it's just up to the individual. When it's time to stand up and make it happen, you got to make it do what it do, baby.
I mean, because I've never had any issues going West Coast, and be fine, like time change wise. But I have had altitude issues. That does seem to mess with your body.
Well, I will also say this. Having played at Boulder, we did a great job as far as the conditioning aspect of things. I don't remember sucking a lot of wind in that game. And again, I think a lot of these physiological issues, challenges, if you will, are all going to be a individual based on an individual scale as far as that person goes.
That makes sense.
So, but we definitely appreciate that call, Rodney.
Thanks, Rodney.
No
appreciate
problem.
it.
Yeah,
No problem.
You have a great weekend, and as we like to say over here, go blue.
All right, see ya.
Thanks. 734-998-1050. 734-998-1050. Let's go to Jake in Ann Arbor. What's up, Jake?
What a great day to be a Michigan Wolverine. First of all, I want to give a big congrats out for beating Nebraska and beating Wisconsin and stuff. Also, a big congrats out for the basketball team for landing some big recruits and for the football team landing some big recruits too and stuff. And I am pumped up. We are less than 50 awesome hours away till we play USC and stuff. Like I've been saying and stuff, I think that here's the keys. We just got to take it a day at a time and a game at a time. I think if we do that, we can win the national championship. I want to hear you, Wolverine Nation. When I say go, you say blue. Go!
Blue.
Go!
Blue. Blue.
Go!
Blue.
It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. One game, one play, one moment at a time. I'll happen, listen, go blue, win or lose. I'll happen, listen, go blue, shock the world.
Go blue,
and
baby.
there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Jake.
Not
Jake from State Farm, but that was Man Arbor.
734-988-1050. What's up, Hadley?
Did I hear Larry Lee boo?
No, he didn't.
No, I said blue. I said blue. Go.
Hey, it might have been baby blue. UCLA blue and blue.
I'll tell you what,
but it was blue.
We used to have jackets that were.
I know. I remember those.
Yeah,
I remember
we used to have those colors
until we got the big Johnny blues.
Yeah, we got the big Johnny blues, but we used to have that light color, just like y'all.
Okay. All
just
right.
jackets, though. We
I did say go blue, Hadley. I said go blue.
Hadley, what you got for us
Thank
today,
you,
brother?
Larry. Well, Mr. Klein, first of all, glad to have you back.
Thank you, sir.
Good assessment of the game and everything. I do have a question, but I want to throw a little musical trivia to you real quick. Your man, of course, Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Mm-hmm.
What's your best guess when he was inducted into the Hall of Fame? What year?
It was posthumously. How old was I when he passed away? I'm going to say 98.
Then he got into the Hall of Fame?
Huh?
That's when he got into the Hall of Fame?
I'm guessing.
Okay, he said 98, Hadley.
Yeah, I'm spitballing.
Yeah, you're a little off. It wasn't until 2015, believe it or not.
Shenanigans, tomfoolery, and I'm utterly appalled as I clutch my pearls.
No, they hold on to that.
Yeah, but some people kind of get in like relatively early.
Right.
It's just like down in Canton. Some individuals like, what are we waiting on?
Oh, that's me. I'm sorry.
And some other individuals just kind of get in first time through. No, that's crazy.
Well, Thomas, I read the rules about this, and they're saying to get in, you have to have your first charted hit. You're eligible 25 years after your first charted hit. Now, his first charted hit, for the best I understand, was around 1983 or so. So, they still waited another almost 10 years to induct him.
Right. Yeah, that's a travesty. So, but
it is.
Talk to me about this game, Hadley.
List of other. Okay, I was just saying, if you look at the list of the other inductees, you're wondering why was he not inducted earlier? Because some of those are just you're going, huh? Anyway, my question to you is, I want to talk a little about this USC game coming up. I know you're kind of prejudiced on the offense, of course, but to your knowledge, right up to this point, who has the best advantage to beat the USC team, the offense or the defense?
I really feel like our offense can. I wasn't impressed with their overall pass rush when I went back and watched the Illinois game and watched the Illinois offensive line have some success after the Illinois offensive line was decimated. I want to say the week prior. I really feel like if our guys just step their game up, we control the ball, we win the turnover battle, and we get some chunk plays in there, and we're actually able to control the clock, I think we'll be just fine.
And you predicting a close game, like less than a touchdown?
I think maybe 10 points. 10 points or less.
Okay. And then it's supposed to be a sellout, of course. Is that still the case? And like half the fans are supposed to be Michigan fans?
Right. That's what we said.
I mean, look, we are the University of Michigan. And is one of the reasons why we are Michigan is because of the fact that we travel well. We have the world's largest alumni association. And again, we are worldwide, locally accepted. And so just because we're out there on the West Coast does not mean that the Maize and Blue, A, doesn't travel well, B, that there are already a lot of Wolverine transplants already out there waiting to see their home team come to town.
All right, Thomas, one last thing. I know I don't know if you've been ever asked this, but have you ever suffered from turf toe?
Oh my God. Oh my
God. I don't have turf toe, but I have arthritis in my big toe. So yeah, I understand it sucks.
All right, Hadley. It was good talking to you. I got another caller. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
All right.
Thanks, Hadley.
We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah, Hadley.
998-1050, 734-998-1050. What's up, Dot Man?
Hey, what's going on? What's up, Thomas?
Hey, what's up, good brother? You all right?
Yeah, I'm great, man, and good to hear you.
Thank you.
What's your impression of Bryce Underwood's progression from the beginning of the season to where he is now, and NIL?
So
how
go ahead.
Do you see NIL? What kind of problems might NIL create in the locker room? And as a coach, how do you minimize those problems?
Okay, well, you gave me a litany of topics to
He He knows what he's doing. That's just Mark. Go ahead.
So I'll answer your first question.
I got 8 minutes.
Hey, I'm here for that 8 minutes too. We will burn them up. I think that Bryce is definitely making a progression. Bryce has great arm talent. What I'm looking for with Bryce is, can you make the touch throws? Can you drop it in the bucket? Can you get it over the top of the defender's head and put it in a place in which only our receivers can catch it? I believe he's starting to show a little bit more of that. I believe within his decision-making process, from not just standing back wanting to complete the pass, but also understanding his overall talent just as an athlete, being willing to run the ball a little bit more readily when the pass isn't there in order to move the chain. So I think there is positive progression in that particular aspect of things. When it comes to the NIL, yes, I think players should get paid. And yes, I'm still jealous that I was born too early. But I also understand too what the thought process could be, how that could cause some jealousy, if you will, within the locker room. But at the same point in time, I believe that this iteration of athlete, especially on this particular stage, understand the business aspect of what we're looking at right now. College football, when us three played, was basically, it was still an amateur sport, and it was about the entertainment value that we as collegiate athletes brought to the fan base. As we've moved forward, the business side of sport has now made its way into the once amateur locker rooms across the board. Obviously, between football and basketball are going to be your two big headline getters. But with that being said, these athletes that are now playing under this particular set of rules, I believe, have a better understanding what it means. Hey, that's Bryce Underwood. This is what he brought. This is the expectation. This is the why. If I'm a 3-star coming in and I'm a freshman or sophomore and I'm only getting this much, well, let me prove myself on the field of play. And within that next year or two, if I have the opportunity to quote unquote renegotiate, then we'll go back to the drawing board and see what it looks like, because what else do we have? We got the portal. And so if I feel like I'm not getting what I am worth and I have the film to back it up, there is the likelihood that another university will want to bring my talents to their team and are willing to pay me what I believe my worth truly is.
Am I still on?
Yeah, you're still there. We got you here.
Hey, man, and you know what? And this is a question that's been a long. And I heard everything you just said.
Yes, sir.
Here's another question that I've held on to for a little bit. How valuable these days is it to players to graduate and get a degree? I know at one time, at least we wanted to pretend, and you can tell me whether it was a pretense or whether it was real. At one time, I thought that players coveted getting a degree.
So I will put it to you like this simply. Value is something that is different for all of us. If I'm going to be a Mark Milia, who I played with, who's a center, and I knew I wanted to go into medicine, if I wanted to be Chris Hutchinson, Aiden's dad, and I knew I wanted to go into medicine, it meant everything. If I'm a guy who just wanted to say I got a degree and graduated in something, it is what it is from the standpoint of maybe I'm the first person in my family to graduate and have a college degree. But I'm a firm believer that unless you're going into career specific where there's a skill set, engineering, medicine, law, things of that nature, versus the other degree fields, and I don't say this in a condescending fashion, those fields where there is a specific skill set that must be learned and earned, that may mean a little bit more to those individuals. Whereas I graduate with a sociology degree and I go be an entrepreneur, I become an entrepreneur of whatever that may be. So again, it's about what are you looking for that degree to do for you and what's your value system? When I graduated with a kinesiology degree in 3.5 years, I was proud as hell. Why? Because my mom, who's a college graduate, my dad, who went to college, didn't graduate but played professional football. When my dad put his arm around me, and my dad wasn't a smiler, but I saw all his teeth on my graduation day, that meant the world.
Yeah,
So
man, and
hopefully that makes a little sense.
Oh yeah, that makes all the sense in the world. And I think what resonated with me more than anything else in your response was your value system. And I agree. If we value that kind of thing, if it's something that the home said, your family, the people that are around you say, hey, look, this is important on principle.
Correct.
On principle, then I get it. But I unfortunately, man, I'm just sensing with all this turnover, with these, if you turn on the games, sometimes you hear players have already played at 3 or 4 schools prior to the one that they're playing at right now. And I can't even imagine what that would mean in terms of getting a degree from anybody. Oh, I'm just, and unfortunately, you don't hear a whole lot about, I graduated and I'm happy, and now because I graduated, now I can, other than the professional degrees that you talked about.
Right.
Now I'm better positioned in the world.
Correct.
Because I got this degree.
I would, like I said, I'll say this.
I got a couple more seconds.
Okay, we got a couple more seconds, real short. I just got my MBA at 50 years old. Did I need to? No, but it meant something to me, but it also allows me to do bigger and better things within the professional world. Right
Thanks,
now,
Amy. Thanks,
Mark.
Yep.
I appreciate it. Thank
and
you.
I'm just finish off with this one last. 100% right with the turnover. There's so much money being made right now without a degree. Again, it goes back to your value system. Do I make my money up front, or do I try to get this degree and make money later on, or do I do both?
Thanks again, Thomas. For you said it. You said it best, and I've heard it from anybody else. We gotta go though, and we'll be back tomorrow. And we got another show.
You got another show.
First show of the week, so we good.
I always enjoy talking to G, man. TTG. Thank you, bro.
Hey, thank you. It's always a pleasure for blessing me with your experience and your knowledge and your levity that you bring to the show.
You've been listening to the End Zone on the Big 1050.
Go.
You playing your bass, man? Oh.
Girls?
I can hear now. I hear you now.
Can you hear him now?
Yeah, I can hear him now.
Okay.
You playing your bass? You pick your bass up?
Because I got a babysitter.
Oh, well, Jamie got to go because he's doing the whole babysitting thing. What was crazy is that I did break the bass out. I brushed the dust off last week.
Oh, you inspired him.
So
all right.
I'm over there getting my EADG on real quick.
Yes, sir. All right, bro. All right.
Look, I do know what the strings are.
I know that's right. I know it.
So,
yes, sir.
Hey, but look.
All cows eat grass.
How you not gonna know about Fat Burger?
You need to stop that.
Hey, bro, y'all be good, man. I gotta go hit this gym, man. It's always a pleasure. Stay safe.
See you, man. All right.
Gatorade.
See you, Jamie.
Pickle juice.
What's wrong with you? You cramping?
I'm cramping up like a